Yo, yo, guys, how's it going? Happy Shenmue Day. Hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4. Hashtag Shenmue Anime 2. We are back for another stream. It only seems like yesterday we streamed. It's only been a week in fairness. As ever, co-host James is with me. How you doing?
Doing good, thanks. How you doing, Matt? How's
Yeah,
everyone in the chat doing?
not bad at all. Thank you, Sonosuke, for the sub as well. That is much appreciated. Yeah, all good. It's going to be a nice chilled stream tonight, I think. Get in there, play some Shenmue 1, see how far we get, just chat some Shenmue gaming shit, and just see how we go. How's everybody in chat doing? I can see Lord Tensei's in, I can see Stuart's in, I can see Rich Cartledge is in, Sonosuke's in, Terry is in. Just get rid of that notification as well. Skill Gym, don't know who that is in.
Who's that?
Master Mo,
Welcome, Skill Gym.
yeah, I don't know who that is. Randomer. And Ginger is in as well. So, guys, thank you as always for dropping in and joining us. We're going to crack straight into some Shenmue 1, which I have now running with the mods again after the Sega stream last week where I had to uninstall them there and all back and in their glory. And the story point is that I have just bought my boat ticket to Hong Kong. So we've got some time to kill. Let's do it.
I like how pleasantly you said that, Matt.
Yeah, it's unusual.
Yep. The one from Chai's Gob. So, I don't know if you said, Matt, but thank you for the subscription, Sonosuke. Awesome. And Terry, of course, gave a gift sub out earlier to Johnny Fraser, if you didn't notice Johnny. But yeah, thanks for the subs and stuff, guys. I should be able to do my own. For some reason, it says it ends today, but we must be a little bit too early for whenever today is meant to be.
Hey,
I guess last time I would have done it about 8:05, right? So maybe it'll let me do it in a minute.
What were the mods? Hey, Sai, by the way. So, the mods I've got on here, I have the 16:9 widescreen mod, which removes all the black borders. And in Shenmue 2, when you have that letterboxing, it gets rid of all that and gives you a nice full screen. I also have the audio restoration mod, which cleans up a lot of the music from the vanilla re-releases, essentially. Makes it sound a lot clearer, a lot better. Queen Street in Shenmue 2 is a really good example of that. It sorts it all out. Then we also have, what I've got here is a HD pack by Streamer 2K. So what his stream has done has been through the game and started retexturing things. So you can see the jacket, for example. It's an HD jacket. If you look at the Game U Arcade just here, that's all been retextured as well and brought into the HD era. And if we go in here, I was going to go to the arcade anyway. Oh, thanks, Ginger. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated.
Cheers, Ginger.
You can see here all the posters have then been high def for everybody. So you can see they're all in their glory.
Ooh, lovely.
So there we go.
You can virtually read them, can't you?
They're all on the Dojo forums. Most are also on Nexus mods if you can't find them on the forums. But if you're unsure and want to download any, just shoot James or I a line. We can sort them out. And there is a video I did back in, I think it's 2020 now. It's a couple of years, 2-3 years old. I did the video of how to install them all as well.
One game,
and I actually used that video last night to reinstall these mods. Because I couldn't fucking remember.
Maybe I'll play it a bit.
That's good, isn't it? When you're watching yourself tell you how to do something. I'll try and find that, actually.
Do you know, as a fun fact of history, it's the first video I ever released for the Dojo.
And it's 3 years old?
Yeah.
Mental, isn't it?
It's insane.
Okay, 2020 update. Yeah, it's due an update itself, really, isn't it?
It probably is, in fairness.
All right.
Has anything been done since?
Probably been some updates. I've got the latest version of Forklift on here, which allows me to get rid of certain mods at my own leisure. Ginger, is there a mod version for Xbox? Unfortunately not, unless there's like one for a jailbroken Xbox. Good. It's only PC only, so I'm running the Steam version for anybody who's
I think
interested.
I remember Lemon saying it's technically possible, but it requires a lot of extra legwork, doesn't it, to get that stuff onto a PlayStation or Xbox or something.
You guys ever played Shenmue 1: The Bloom Effect from Shenmue 2 in the Xbox version? I do to a point on here. I do have Bloom on. That's shit.
Yeah.
No good.
The first time I was playing with mods when the game came out or whatever, I was using the special K stuff. I know it's
Oh
like
yeah.
not great anymore. It breaks a lot. But I was using
not
like a
too
lot
bad.
of bloom and lighting effects and stuff, and they did actually look really cool. The only problem with special K was I found like characters coming onto screen started with like black faces and stuff, like glitched black faces that they're
No more darts.
you can't really see the faces
That's
until they
enough for
get
now.
closer to you for some
Yeah,
reason.
it retextures everything essentially live in game.
Right,
Whereas
that
what
would be why then.
Streamers patch does here is it uses forklift and uploads it straight to the game immediately, so it doesn't have to do it live and then technically remember it. So
Yes, I think I remember with Special K, you had to play through the game once, and then the second time it would remember it or something.
yeah, and then you're okay. But
I was getting crashes and all sorts of glitches, so I just uninstalled all that stuff. But he was supposed to be working on Shenmue 2 stuff, right? With the textures and stuff.
Streamer was. I actually have. I haven't showed it off, but I do have like a beta one that he's got for Shenmue 2.
It's definitely the best way of doing it. Consistent, anyway.
When do they shut? 8. Okay.
Let's read some of the chat, guys. So Stuart's got Shenmue 1 and 2 on the laptop, but he's not played them yet, and he needs to get on that and install the mods, so he'll be using your guide, I'm sure, Matt.
Excellent.
I'm assuming.
That's what it's there for.
Yep. So I remember when the guy got me into Shenmue was on the net prior to its release. A website mentioned that one of the Shenmue's features would be drug consumption. I wonder if that's just based off the box. I think we were talking about this last week in the other stream, how it says on the box like tobacco use or something.
Yeah.
Right?
No prize.
I wonder if someone just misinterpreted.
Oh, hey Joe, we're playing Shenmue 1.
Hey up, Joe.
Are you doing well, man?
Surely someone of your caliber would be able to tell it's Shenmue 1, Joe, right?
Hey man, this.
Never keen on the bloom. I'm the same as you, Stuart. I wasn't keen on the bloom, actually, and the blurriness in Shenmue 2X.
Draw a ticket.
I much preferred the grittier, sort of darker tones of the colours on the Dreamcast version of Shenmue 2. It was like more in line with Shenmue 1, wasn't it? Like a little bit more drabbier and greyer in parts, and then Shenmue 2 on the Xbox was like, obviously they were trying to showcase what the Xbox can do with lighting effects, and just everything just looked a lot more colourful, which I suppose, I don't know, some people might prefer that. I always preferred the industrialization looking stuff.
Draw a ticket.
Sorry guys. You ever managed to use the step trick to skip right through to the harbour map? Have you ever tried that before?
I haven't. I really should at some point. We were talking about the other day, weren't we? About a 24-hour stream.
Yeah.
And then playing all 3 games in 24 hours.
I'd love to see that, man.
Next year I'm debating it. Like just starting at like 8 o'clock on like...
Thanks, man.
Like a Saturday morning or something and going all the way through. Mr. Starwalker is the PC version with the mods.
Don't mind having a go myself, because I reckon I could smash through Shenmue 1 and 2, to be fair, without, like, not even using the map glitch and all that sort of stuff. I suppose you might have to, though, for 24 hours, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'd need to, in some aspect, like the planks and things like that,
Yeah,
where I can save myself time. Like, I wouldn't be trying to speedrun it, but I'd have to use some of the speedrun things, and also like skipping some of the conversations and cutscenes.
No prize.
I'd also have to potentially do in order to get
Bummer.
through.
Better luck
And I'd
next
have to
time.
New Game Plus Shenmue 3.
Yeah, definitely. Unlocked everything, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Training and yeah. Master Mo saying the Germany version of Shenmue 2X was weird because the VO was in Japanese, the subs were in English, but the notebook was in German.
Just wanted to mess with you.
Could you not have the subtitles in Germany then? Or German?
Oh.
He's still not found that damn NPC that we were talking about.
to come back
Wonder
in
where
the
he is.
morning to this because I think I got the ticket late. I'll wait a minute and try again.
Xbox from Boots, eh, Stuart?
Boots? But yeah, they did consoles.
Yeah. They did sell games and consoles. I used to go in there with my nan, talking like I must
Hey,
have been
Retro.
about five or something, and I used to stand on like a Mega Drive kiosk. It was like set up in Boots
Oh yeah. Hey,
for
Titch.
like an hour. I must have been in there for like an hour playing Sonic, and I've got it at home. It was like, anyone else do that? Like they've got the game at home, but if you see the game running on like a kiosk, you just stand
You
there.
got to play it. Yeah.
I remember doing that once in game. It was Jet Set Radio Future, and I was watching someone play it, and they were like really crap at the game. Like obviously they'd never played it before, didn't know what they were doing. And then when they came off, I jumped on, and people started watching me because I was like linking the grind rail. So I was like going from this grind rail, jumping and flipping to the next one, you know, proper chaining, and because I got the game at home.
Looks like they're about to close.
Trying to showcase Jet Set Radio Future to people.
Lord Tent to say, so after the release of the video with the unused moves in Shenmue, is there talk of the team putting them in Dragon and Phoenix? It's definitely possible, and I know Lemon's looking at it.
It's a good idea. I was thinking like they could get like more skill books or something. So after you buy all 6 from the antique shop, new ones respawn, or you know, they get like a new stock in. That would be pretty cool. And then I was thinking the last move. So say if there's like, he adds like an extra 30 moves to the game. The very last one is the Akira.
Hey, that'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
Akira move, yeah. Hey Titch, by the way. How are you doing? Retro Godfather says thanks for the pen.
Good, glad that arrived. Do you know what? I've been sending all of that in the UK, like second class. It turned up in days. It's nuts. Hey, Angel.
Back on track, I think. We're on the alarm.
Welcome.
When is this Bomb Rush Cyberpunk thing coming out? Do we know?
I don't know.
Have they put a date on it?
I was playing that Hi-Fi Rush game, whatever it's called, the other day.
Oh yeah,
That's pretty decent.
I need to get on that. I just haven't got games with gold
really,
anymore. Whatever it
it's
is.
really weird, like, but in a good way. Like you can, it's a bit of a button masher, but if you type, because it all times to the beat of music, and it's all rock music, which is amazing anyway.
Okay.
And if you attack to the beat, you get like higher damage and things like that. It's really clever.
And it's the one that looks like Jet Set Radio, right?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny Fraser, man, how you doing?
Yo, Johnny. I'm doing okay, Titch, yeah, I guess. Not too bad of a day today.
Yeah.
Nice win for Stoke earlier.
We were fucking shit. We've lost 8 in 9. We're getting relegated at this rate.
That's bad going, man.
Like, before Christmas, we were, 8-9 points outside playoffs? Yeah, we're like 4 points off getting relegated at this rate. We sacked our manager last week.
Not going well then.
No, utter shit. Utter shit. I see Carlisle a second. If we stay up, we'll be playing you next year.
Johnny, it was Terry. Terry gift subbed.
Oh, nice, Joe. You're over in Japan in a few weeks.
Oh, nice. March the 13th.
Can I
Is
give
that
you
next week?
a message for you to break into Wisenet and get me some stuff?
The week after next. So a week on Monday. That's awesome, man.
Jealous.
Jealous myself. Wonder you'd probably see some cherry blossoms and stuff then, right?
Yeah, you probably would, actually.
Hello? How's it going?
I need to get to Japan one day.
Huh? Asia
I'll
travel
get there
company?
eventually.
Oh, you've got this nice cutscene, have you?
Just a moment. Hello?
Oh no, you haven't. This is
Yeah, no, the normal one.
the Jimmy stuff. Yeah, I thought it was like you were just coming back home. He was on the phone. Stoke City, Johnny. We beat Sunderland 5-1 today, which was unexpected.
Ah,
What was that phone call about?
right.
The
I've dropped you a
ticket.
message, Joe. I've got a list. A very big
I see.
list.
I'm going out. Oh, okay.
Okay. Intrigued. Still might see some cherry blossoms though, Joe.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a soft spot for Liverpool with Peter Moore being there?
Not massively. I mean, I don't really I don't follow the Premier League. I know who's in there and everything, but I don't follow it because I just
I'll look at the results.
Yeah,
basically.
it's pretty much what I'll do.
Want some food?
Like, good result for Arsenal. Like, it's supposed to be 2-0 down, and then they scored a...
Yeah.
Was it the
she'll recover
97th
faster if
minute
she
winner?
eats.
Like, they're winning the title, stuff like that. Like, they could easily have lost that today, and they didn't. That's mad.
I know Paddy supports Liverpool, Johnny.
Yeah.
Or Mastermo, sorry. But I don't think it's because of Peter Moore. I think it's because of glory hunting, actually, because where's he from? He's from London, isn't he?
I don't know.
I always get mixed up with Paddy, calling himself Paddy. I don't think he's actually ever from Ireland, is he?
No.
I might have to ask him again. I forgot what he said. I'm pretty sure he's just from London.
Well, nice, Joe.
I should know that, really.
Send our regards over to Robert over in Japan. And hey, Peter Wilson, man, you good?
You could ask him if he'd come on your show, Matt, there.
Yeah.
Robert Jefferson, that
Come
would be
on
really
the
cool.
show.
You don't really hear of him too much. I know, was it you, Joe, that did that video that was a bit like a...
it was, yeah.
Like a thank you sort of video
Yeah.
to Robert, and he was in his garden and stuff or something. You just do some gardening, something like that.
You're right, Renners.
He's one of, like, not the forgotten voice actor, but like no one really talks about him as much as like your Corys and your Eric Calsos and stuff.
Hey, Philly Joe.
Yeah, Philly Joe.
Yes, we do need Shenmue 4.
Definitely, we need something new to play, don't we, Matt?
Yeah, don't we just? We were debating this on a previous stream, whether we'd stream our first go with the Shenmue 4.
I think we should.
It's tough. I don't know.
It is tough.
I don't know.
Would we do it together, or because we were talking about doing it separately, weren't we, at one
Yeah.
point as well?
I don't. It's difficult because part of me wants to do it and be like, right, fuck it, let's play it through, and I'd have like a week off work, and I'd like stream it sort of regularly. There's also part of me that just wants to play it at my own pace, and
I think all the other Shenmue fans will as well, won't they? They want to play it themselves and not tune in to watch you before they play it, if you know what I mean. But
there is a school of thought that I could play and record my playthrough potentially.
Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. We could both do that, and then
good.
release them both.
Yeah, that could be a way to go. Let's have a look at the chat. Would it play on PC or console? I'd get both anyway, but if I was recording something, I'd probably play it on PC just because I can't be asked to set my capture card up.
Interesting. Yeah, I think I would have to play it on PS5 if it was released there. And I'd probably just use the PlayStation's capture and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can get like a camera for the PS5, can't you? Like a media camera or something. Because I've seen people are getting them for the PSVR 2 so that they can record themselves walking around the room and moving around and stuff, and the gameplay.
It's quite good. It's a good little idea.
Yeah, good idea.
Look at the chat. What we got? Oh, Philly J, have you ever thought of attempting speedrunning the games? Yes and no.
Just been on about it, haven't we?
Yeah, we were talking about it actually before you joined, because I was debating next year doing a 24-hour stream for Special Effect where I play all 3 games in 24 hours. So I'd need to do some speedrunning. But like going for speedrun records, etc., no chance. Like I haven't got the time to practice and get all that in and tied up.
Yeah.
This A1 Major's got the world record for Shenmue 2, and I think it's under 2 hours. He does that.
It's mental when you think of it, and
Under 2
a
hours.
a lot of map skips and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Peter did used to speedrun it a lot. At one point, I think he was close to the world record.
I think he may have got it, but then A1 did it the same night or something.
Yeah. And hey, Lawrence, man, you haven't missed much. We've only been going probably even half an hour, if that.
This will be interesting if Matt can beat Chai here.
I can tell you now that I'm unlikely to beat Chai here because I've
You
hardly
haven't been
trained
levelling
the
up
moves.
the-
No.
Yeah. Cool Cyclone.
That's my dream.
What do you want with me?
Starwalker says he agrees. Play.
Oh, thanks for the sub, Philly Joe. Much appreciated.
Cheers, Philly Joe. Thanks, man. Just play for yourselves first, he said, Mr. Starwalker, on the playing Shenmue 4.
How many times have I defeated Chai?
you know about
5 or 6 in the
Just who the hell
arcade.
is he?
Should have a little bronze medal, I think, now, Philly Joe, by the way,
Yeah, one should pop up.
next to your name. So
Right,
thanks for
let's
that.
see how we can get on with this with no moves trained up.
It's just the space of the room as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't. That's what you don't want to get caught though, with him behind you like that.
Yeah. If you can keep blocking him. Richard Payne can probably do this with his eyes closed.
Oh, probably can.
Knowing him, he'd probably like get Chai into like a state where he just keeps bouncing off the floor, kicking him, bounce, kick, bounce, kick, bounce. Ah.
To be fair, I've lasted longer than I thought I would.
You're not doing too bad, but it's way longer than this, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like what you've done, you've probably got to do like another 8 times.
I got caught with
Get
the
back
kick
to me a
there.
health.
That's game over
Oh
now.
shit!
Yeah, I got caught there. It don't matter. 'Cause it's supposed to be like
Cheap.
that. He did
Bit
cheat
cheap
me
how he
out.
kept you kicking you
Yeah.
like that 3 times in a row, or whatever.
Shit happens. To be honest,
This is
like-
kind of the correct route, isn't it? You're supposed to lose.
It's clever though that you can beat him and you get a nice
Yeah.
little cutscene there.
I wish they did that in Shenmue 3, you know, with
Just
the
take it easy and rest.
Yan Lang and stuff, you know, where it's like unwinnable fights. Even if you beat them, you still lose. I think they should have figured out a way of like, oh, you beat them, but the game carries on. Like maybe just gets up, runs off.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have had to do too much, but it would have like been less annoying that like you lose to the same sort of people 2 or 3 times each.
It's definitely something that should have been on the show actually that we've just recorded, which is out on Monday on Radio Sega and on Tuesday will be on YouTube. We talk through what we want to keep
Good
from
segue.
Shenmue 3 and what we want to bin from Shenmue 3 for a Shenmue 4. And Titch has joined us on this particular show as well. It's a long one, nearly 3 hours worth of stuff, but it's quite a good fun discussion in fairness.
I always love it when we get to like we record a podcast and it ends up being like 3 hours long.
Ine-san is always there for me.
It's a good one.
People in the chat that like have listened or watched our podcasts, do you actually listen to the full 3 hours? Say if we did a 3-hour podcast, do you tend to want to listen all the way through, or do you prefer like when we were a bit more 1.5 hour-y stuff? Because I really like the 3-hour ones because I feel like it's like a good chunk of content for like because we only ever do them like a month to 6 weeks.
Ryo-san.
See,
Yeah.
if like the shoe was on the other foot and someone else was making like a 3-hour Shenmue show,
Yeah, I'm ready for you.
I feel like I would be excited to see that pop up in my feeds or whatever, like my podcast feed. And I don't know.
Reynolds
give
is
it all we
full
got,
thing.
eh?
Sean lists
Full
the full
thing.
thing. Stuart, Faris,
Multiple
Richard.
of it. Peacock.
Well,
Stuart Peacock.
appreciate you all listening for that long.
That's good.
What's
You don't get too tired of our voices. Do you have to break it up? Like an hour and then they're getting on a bit
That's
now.
the Fuku-san I know.
Tensai Lord says he'd much rather watch us in the setting, which yeah, I can understand that as well. Bit more well, I don't know what's more personal. Is it like that you can see our faces? Is that more personal?
We do some video ones though.
Hey, don't use
Yeah.
that move. Sorry.
If it's 24 hours and it's about Shenmue, I'm there.
That's the real
Yeah,
sign, no?
to be fair, Master Mo, I listen to
Whoa,
podcasts
whoa.
on 2x speed, so
How's that?
that's fine with me. I feel like I sound better faster as well. Sound a lot
That's
more
it for today.
coherent
Let's continue
on,
next time. I
on
look
2x
forward to
speed.
next time.
A lot of people do that. Listen to podcasts on 2x speed or whatever. I
Yeah,
think it's just,
yeah.
especially longer form ones. It's good. It's quite good. Lord Tennessee, I'd say this: you're missing out on some good stuff though that we've talked through. I mean, I don't know how many episodes we've done now. We're in season 3, which is scary in itself.
That's gone fast. I did check the other day, Matt, didn't I? Didn't I say something like 60-something episodes?
With the interviews and everything, it's getting towards
Yeah,
60.
with the interviews, and we cover like the anime and stuff. But yeah, I'd recommend jumping in with the latest episode on Monday. Well, it's going to be on Radio Sega Monday from 8 PM, or you can join us on our own YouTube channel. We kind of like premiere them live
Yeah, and normally
from 8 PM on Tuesday.
James is always in chat for that, and then I drop in and out depending on when I'm home from work, because it's my office day on a Tuesday. Radio Sega,
Yeah, podcast one.
Radio Sega are basically a online radio station dedicated to all things Sega, and the reason the podcast exists is basically because of KC, and we did a show with him. God, that's 3 years ago now.
Must be, yeah.
And
It was kind of like when we first started.
and we got involved in their Winterfest, didn't we, with the original show? And then it just sort of spiraled from there a little bit.
Half-time speed. I don't know if you want to do that, Starwalker.
Hey Mo,
You turn it into a 6-hour show.
check it out. It's all on the YouTube channel. For anybody who hasn't checked us out, there are
There
some
you go.
long
Let me
ones
chuck
there.
a link.
Yeah, chuck a link in there.
We have got the... Let me just make sure the new one's not in there, Matt.
Yeah.
No, it's not. So... So I'll chuck you the full playlist in. So the playlist that I'm going to link you here has Matt's interviews in as well, which...
Now the interview
Definitely.
series has gone on hiatus, not because I want it to be on hiatus, but because I want certain people, and I'm struggling to get them.
I wonder why the playlist only says 58, and I'm sure I said 260 something the other day.
Yeah. Either way,
I've
it's
missed something.
We
I probably
may-
missed the bonus
we
shows.
may
haven't I?
not have playlisted a couple of bits in fairness, because I did that with a couple of unboxings we were talking about this morning, weren't we? But,
Yeah.
Because we were, I was going to do some unboxing videos today because it was quiet. But the 2 items I was going to unbox I've already done. So I was like, well, I'm not doing that then. But the wife was talking to me about doing a shelf tour.
Yo, may I help you?
Okay, so I've put that right at the bottom there, so let's drag that up. So it is 58.
Still
A
bloody
shelf
hell.
tour, eh, Matt?
Draw a ticket, please.
So that was before. Oh no, that was after that. Okay, so that's updated. That 58. I swear I said something. Didn't I say 60 something to you? Let me check.
Heidi, yeah,
Take your pick.
yeah, she's big. She's a wrestler as well. Like, I'm gonna go
Okay, this one.
Sure. There you go.
long car journeys. Ah, yeah.
Come again, yo.
it's quite interesting when we've done shows as well, because we'll obviously James edits the audio down, then I get it, and I do the video side of things. So average show, what, is about 2 hours, say, James? That's probably fair, isn't it, in terms of length when it's all there? How long do you reckon it takes you to edit it? 8 hours, something like that?
Definitely, because if you think about it, I'm listening to the full 2 hour show again, but every time I take out an or, you know, say if we go for a toilet break, or I do like to get rid of a lot of things that make the show feel tighter. So like we're constantly talking and there's no gaps as such.
Yeah.
And a lot of like mistakes. Say sometimes I might say the same word twice before it comes out. So I get rid of the first 2 times I said it, so I've just got the word that worked, if you know what I mean. And usually it sounds pretty good, like you can't even tell that I've edited stuff out. But if you think about like how long it takes to edit something out, you've got to highlight it on the timeline, you know, press delete. But you have to do it for like all. So say the podcast we've just done with Titch, I've got 3 lines. I've got Matt's, mine, and Titch's line. So if I'm editing something out of my line, I've got to highlight all 3 lines so that everyone's line is in sync. So say if that takes 3 seconds, 4 seconds to do that little thing, it makes the whole thing 4 times as long, kind of, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
if it takes 4 seconds to do a 2 hour show, by the time you get to the end of your 2 hours, the things that you've edited out have taken 4 times as long. If you kind of get what I'm saying there. So that's why it can take 8 hours. And then I add the music, any sound effects, touch up the audio a little bit, and then Matt, similar sort of thing for you, isn't it? Like adding the video footage and going out your way to get the footage, etc.
Yeah, I mean, what I try and do, because I've got reams and reams of B-roll and stuff now, which is really handy, that I can pick up and use and drop in, which is great.
Yep.
But I would say average video, 5 hours, 6 hours to edit, like properly and get it tight, and that would include rendering it, checking it, maybe adding some footage in as well.
So that's Radio Sega, guys. I've just linked it. So basically, I think they've got like a bit of a news website. I think it's just for the shows though. So they've got like a ton of shows that they do. If you go on radiosega.net there, that I've just linked, you can see on the right it says now playing. So they constantly play music 24/7 from the Sega things. You can make requests. If you want a particular piece of music to play, it'll automatically add it to the queue. And then they've got their own shows that they do. There's a schedule button somewhere. I'm actually looked at this for quite a while. Shows and podcasts. There is a schedule somewhere where you can see who's doing a radio show or whatever, and then they have guest nights on a Monday, and that's where me and Matt come in with the dojo show. So this coming Monday at 8 PM will be like the first playthrough of the podcast, the next one that we're doing. But then if you come to our YouTube channel on the Tuesday, like the day later, then you'll see Matt's video footage of it.
Yeah, exactly that.
Because that's like the proper premiere.
Looking at the chat, so what do we edit on? So you use Audacity to edit the audio, and the video I use Resolve, the free version of Resolve. And actually, I also, when I do my interviews, I edit all the audio and video together in Resolve, because I just find it's quicker and easier for me to edit things down. But Audacity is just as good as anything else. Happy birthday, Nahum, as well. 40 today. I hope you had a good birthday.
Awesome. Happy birthday. Terry says he listens to podcasts while working from home. That's good if you can do that. That's really good. I do that when I'm working as well.
Second.
Go through this. Heidi Katrina, Matt. That's the wrestler lady, isn't it?
Yes.
Do an interview with her. That's a good idea, actually.
It's actually a very good idea.
Podcasts are cool. Save them for long car journeys, Peter. Thank you, matey. Yes. You must have replied. She wrestles in Japan, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, I forget because she is a big Shenmue fan, in fairness, and she is fairly active in the community. Sort of in and out, because obviously I imagine commitments, etc., play into that a little bit as well. Peter will say...
Would be really interesting, that one.
Do you know what? It's worth a go. Peter will keep recommended result, but use Premiere. Quite frankly, the reason I don't use Premiere is because I'm not paying for it. Whereas I can use Resolve, it's free. And it's quite damn good software for being free. The paid version apparently is better as well, and I have debated getting myself a paid license for it. I use it all the time.
You should just go ask
The problem you've got is once you're used to a program, you kind of want to stick with it as well, don't you? You don't want to learn or try and learn anything new.
Like, my video editing skills are, a very basic level, I would say. I've learnt things as I go, but they're solid enough that for what we're doing, it's fine. But everything I do, I know how to do it in Resolve. So transferring that over to something else, I can't be asked to learn it.
Yeah. Some of them are quite complicated programs. Like I've tried... is it Adobe? Adobe software, Premiere Pro, and that stuff, and Final Cut and stuff. And I'm just... like, for my YouTube videos, I just use iMovie. It's just as easy as I want it to be. I don't want it to be any more complicated than that. I want to just drag and drop and cut things out really quickly.
Hey Waffle Man, I think I said hello to you. I can't remember if I did or not. Renner's OBS is good. I use OBS for so when I'm recording unboxings and videos on my own, when I do the news digest, I record it in OBS and shoot it over into Resolve, tidy it up, and render it, and away we go. So I use OBS a lot, and I stream off of OBS.
Yeah, Titch, those button things would be pretty cool. I mean, when I'm editing the show, I've actually hotkeyed. So to erase a little bit is E,
I've got to go.
and W is to silence bits using Audacity. So I have kind of set up some hotkeys to do those sort of jobs.
Excuse me. Yes. I want to get.
Those are like my main two things that I use. I like either silence a little bit of audio, say if like Matt's typing away in the background or whatever whilst I was talking, then I'd get rid of all of that chunk of Matt's audio line with the silence, and then obviously when we're clipping stuff out, I press my E button just to make life a little bit easier.
Do you have time? Sorry.
I think we're caught up, Matt, which is
so?
good. So apparently Heidi's even got a catch that she named Chibi.
Sure, that is a good shout, guys. Actually, for an interview, I will do that. I'll reach out.
If anyone's ever got any suggestions for Matt interviews,
Yeah, by all means, suggest people, because I'm all down for at least contacting people and trying. And if they don't want to come on the show, fine. But if they do, great. The more the merrier that come on the show. Do we have news on Shenmue 4? Absolutely nothing at the moment. I'm going to kill that right away.
Yeah, we wish.
We wish.
Come back on April the 1st, Tensai. I believe there's going to be some brand new information.
Tom. Hi.
Yeah, you heard it here first. April the 1st.
Thanks.
Man!
Really?
Yu Suzuki told me himself.
Sorry. I see.
Everyone doing alright tonight? Yeah. Doop 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 doop. Oh dear. Yu Suzuki on the show. Now, I can talk about this because it's not really a secret. Is it possible to get an interview with him? Yes, it is, because I got a written one last year. I did one around Air Twister.
Ah, good.
I have put in to do an interview with Yu Suzuki for the show, and they haven't said no. The thing is that he's a very busy man, so pinning him down, I'm going to need a couple of hours, I would think, because I've got to do it through a translator as well, which is an added not complexity, I guess, but I'd need somebody there to translate it for me. So I am trying to get him on the show, and it's certainly in the thoughts, but as and when, I don't know at this point. But I am trying to get him on the show. How's it going to get on Like a Dragon Ishin? I'm nearly finished with it, actually. I quite enjoyed it. Like I said the other day, the Yakuza formula feels a bit tired, but still enjoyed it.
You warmed to it a little bit, have you?
Yeah, like, it still feels a bit tired, but it's still a good game. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm taking a giant crap on it. Maybe somebody from 110. Well, I reckon I could get somebody on.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Might have to ask nicely,
You know if I
though.
could get...
The pay here sucks.
You don't say.
Usually,
Now a strong guy like yourself can make more money at the
That'd be a good
harbor.
interview, wouldn't it?
Why not try to become an
No.
You got any tips for the stock market?
does Yuzuki have set interviewing rules that you can share with us? Not that I'm aware of. The only thing they will ask for, and which is fine, is the questions up front, which I always offer people that option anyway. Because some people like to have some sort of bullet points in their head that they want to think about, ready for my answer. So, for example, when I interviewed John Linneman, he wanted the questions up front, so he could just make some notes ahead of it, which is fine, and it flowed really nicely.
Makes sense, really, doesn't it?
Bill Black was another one, because he said the thing with that was because he had so much he wanted to think through and talk about, he didn't want to miss anything, so he had notes in front of him just in case.
Yeah. Probably the best way of doing it, to be honest. So you, especially those people that know that you're going to ask quite a lot of questions that are going to need a lot of meat behind them. And some days you just, if you can't think, you can't think. So if you've got it in front of you, it will help. Just to trigger things. Like we always make notes with the shows as well,
Yeah.
the dojo shows. I've
Yeah.
got like a huge thing just to trigger thoughts and stuff, because when you're in the moment, it's quite easy to just skip over stuff without thinking about it.
Interview 110, are they involved with Shenmue? Not that I'm aware of, but it'd be good to get them on anyway and maybe
Excuse
grill
me?
him a bit.
Huh?
Be like, so
Do
these
you know a
Shenmue
place
rumors
around
that
here
you
where I
didn't
can
kill
get
off.
A job. As a either one's well. The offices,
Constantly
they're
been having that
secure,
narrative,
alright.
haven't they, as well?
Mm.
No comment. Never said no, have they?
No, they've never said yes either, so it's all a bit up in the air at the moment.
True. Look at all the different types of pigeon you just ran past, Matt.
I
You've
know.
got blue ones, grey ones, white ones. Some as big as your head. What is Endgame in terms of numbers with the games that he wants to do now related to Shenmue with the current landscape? What is his end game in terms of numbers
So is
of
that
games
like
he wants
the-
to? Well, right, so chapters and
Would
stuff.
it be
Yeah.
possible?
Sorry.
Is that so?
I think 6 was the number that may be
Is that so?
potentially 5.
Sorry. I can't.
Is that so?
Yeah, I think 5 is probably more realistic of that.
Yeah.
I think Yu Suzuki's waiting to reveal Shenmue for the Shenmue Dojo show. That'd be a scoop and a half, wouldn't it?
That would be amazing. One that you don't want to miss. That'd be the tweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone you don't want to miss.
do not
miss the show.
this. And then with a picture of a forklift.
If we ever say that, guys, make sure you're there.
I agree, Stuart. They need to have some idea of how they're going to wrap things up now. They must have an end game in sight, because if they don't, it's playing with fire a little bit.
Those, obviously, they've got a script book or whatever for each of those 11 tiles, because you've seen them. You've seen them on
Yes, what? Do you know of any? You want a
Adam's documentary as well, where they're showing, they've got
Excuse
the
me,
books
know of
and
any
stuff and photographs. They've always got all these books and stuff of the chapters as a script. So you'd think they'd know how many of those books they need to get through, right?
You'd think so.
And where we're at. If they could skip a book or what, I don't know. Because I believe the Guilin stuff, if you look at the chapter tiles, I think the Shenmue walking through the forest stuff is actually the chapter tile 5, right?
Yes.
So they've already skipped 3 and 4 at that point. But whether or not like skipping them entirely means they're never going to see them ever again, or they've just reordered the. Let me get the chapter tiles back up again. So I know
Hey,
what I'm talking
Sunman,
about.
by the way,
me.
good to see you.
I'm afraid you'll just please stay. Excuse, it's dangerous. Please don't.
All right.
So yeah, the image of Shenmue and Ryo in the forest in the woods is the 5th tile, but they've missed 3 and 4 out. But then when you think of Shenmue 3, is that the 4th tile now? Let me just check that, because you look like you've got that Yang Lang guy bottom right. But then you've got Zuyu
Excuse me.
Yuanda.
Huh? I want to work. Who should I talk? Huh?
Yeah, so maybe they haven't done the
Okay.
4th. They definitely haven't done the 3rd because that's got the train. They haven't done the 4th. I think they've done the 5th because that looks like Niawu under Ryo's legs, and you've got
Huh? To get
Mr.
a job,
Muscles
who should I
guy
talk- we got enough
in the
try somewhere
image.
else. Okay.
So there's potentially 1, 2,
Excuse me.
3,
Huh?
4,
I
5,
want
6,
to get a
7.
job.
There's
Who should I
potentially
talk-
7
We got enough try
things they
somewhere-
haven't
Okay.
done there.
Yes. I want to work. Who should I talk? We got enough
But
try
whether or
somewhere-
not
okay.
each of those 7 things are a game's worth of content, that's the thing, isn't it?
Excuse me. Look, I don't
Like your last 2 there, where Ryo's holding someone, and then the last one is like reminiscing
What are you?
of the.
I'm looking
Those
for-
could
How
quite
old?
easily just
I'm
be the
a good
ending
high- I'm
of the
assuming
final game
so.
Well, our job. Come back after you get.
All right.
combined. So those 2 they could chalk off as the ending. Like you could be at the stage now where these 2 tiles per game, and potentially even 3 for the last one. If you know what that makes sense. If they're still sticking to the chapter tiles, yeah.
I say they're probably.
I feel like they are, but they could probably skip one of them. It depends what is depicted. Is a
Shenmue,
scene from the game, or is it like an encompass of the whole story?
because Shenmue 3
No.
has covered what? Probably 2 tiles, hasn't it?
Can I help you?
Possibly. It's like you kind of your
I'm
5th
sorry,
tile
let's see.
and your 6th tile, I
know
think,
any
Are
Shenmue
you still?
Yes.
3.
Very few.
Is that so?
I saw someone.
Unless
See,
I
I
think so.
Excuse
I
me, unless
see.
they've used some elements of that 4th tile. It's difficult to summarize, actually. Summarize.
There is, and I see what Retro is saying in chat. Actually, there's a school of thought that you can make Shenmue 4 massive and like have it finish it all. If you could secure
Yeah.
the budget to do it that way, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah,
So basically,
definitely.
Shenmue 4 was Shenmue 4 and 5, but just in one large like grand finale, if you like.
Yeah. I agree with that. If it feels like a really huge game, then that would be fine.
Well, if I win the Euro Millions, I will fund it myself. Chuck 60
I do-
million quid at it.
I do think, like, mentality-wise, 2 more games feels right.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if they did say that the game is going to end in the next game, the 4th game, even if the game was, like, huge, 100 hours, would you still feel weird? Because, I don't know.
Want a job here?
I think if it definitely feels like they've covered each of these chapters, like at the end of the Shenmue 4, say, or whatever, like the end of the saga, you can think back and look at these chapter tiles and go like, oh, that was that part, that was that part, that was that part, that was that part. Then I'd think I'd feel fine if it ended in the 4th game, because then obviously
Really?
they did actually do everything they intended to. But if I'm looking at these chapter tiles at the end of Shenmue 4 and that did complete the saga, and I'm like, well, what was this one? What was this one? What was this one? Then I probably would feel like they've skipped maybe too much and they could have done another game, if that makes sense.
Warehouse number 1, in front of the big blue door.
It's hard, isn't it? Because they are going to have to make compromises. Hey Dahood, welcome.
don't think they could get 7 into one game because Shenmue 3 was so short. That's the thing, isn't it? It's. I feel the same. I feel like they would really have to cram a lot into the 4th game to end it in the 4th game based on what they've done so far.
Shenmue 4, for me, if you're going to do it in one game, would have to be a 60-hour game.
Yeah.
And that's for the story content. Oh, thank you for the follow as well. Much appreciated.
Yeah, that's the thing, Stuart. I mean, when you look at the chapter titles, obviously your first one is obviously Shenmue 1 Chapter 1, and that was in the title anyway, so that makes a lot of sense. And then they scrapped the chapter idea thing, didn't they? And then no one could actually work out where they were at. They probably already skipped things. That's why they couldn't say for sure that this is Chapter 2, 3, and 4. Because we always heard it was like 3, 4, and 5, and they missed Chapter 2 or whatever, right? So that second image is obviously the Kowloon. You can see Donu, you can see Yuan, you can see Shuing and Ren. That's very clear that that is Shenmue 2.
Yeah,
but whether or not at that stage they're already considering things from other chapters in Shenmue 2. So like I was saying, now the 5th chapter title is Ryo and Shenmue in the forest, Wheeling Forest. That could be like the 4th disc and then the start of Shenmue 3 up until the end of Bailu, is the way I'd put it. And then your 6th chapter title is your Niawu.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at, basically, from looking at the chapter tiles. Nothing else looks like anything we've experienced.
No, I'd agree with that, but that's a very good summary of all of it together.
One game,
And where we could end up.
The only thing I would say is that 4th one I'm a little bit iffy on, because obviously you have got it's either Yanlang or Mr. Yi again, bottom right of the picture there, and bottom left kind of looks like the Bruce Lee guy.
Pete Wilson,
but whether or not that means anything, I don't know.
The chapter tiles are around on Google. They're part of GDC conference in 2014 as well. If you want to see, I'm sure James could probably pop a link up to them.
I keep talking about it, guys. Sorry, I've just linked in the chat what I'm actually looking at when I'm talking.
Hey, not too bad.
Because it's very interesting to try and to see where we're at, what we've done,
where we're going, and
where we're going. And like I say, it's not necessarily, we're on the 6th chapter tile in a sense, because that looks most like Niawu. They've missed the 3rd and the 4th one visually here, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll never go back to the 3rd and 4th one. If that makes sense, because I know from interviews and stuff, he says they've had to reorder
events and things, haven't they?
Events and stuff.
All right.
Because otherwise, if they skip 3 and 4, then we have actually only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
Just looking at the chat. So Brenner's asked about assets in Unreal and be able to do it on a budget. Or bear in mind, they'd be mad not to reuse the Shenmue 3 engine that they've built. Why wouldn't you reuse that? It's absolutely insane. You'd save yourself a load of time and money there.
This is it.
You can buy things off the Unreal Marketplace as well if you wanted to put
just improve it, can't you?
And then Mastermo's talking about the outfit changes. We talk about that in the show. I won't say any more at this point. You have to wait until Tuesday. Oh, bugger. I can't write up.
No, good.
Yeah, I'm with Richard. I wish things could have been differently.
Play again.
And we could have had every game, say, on the Dreamcast. And then on your shelf, you've got like Shenmue 1, 2, 6, and those big 4-disc box sets. That would have been sick, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Sorry, six Shenmue games on your shelf.
Yeah.
Dreamcast content, the Dreamcast graphics and the way they play. Imagine if you'd have played through the whole saga as intended on the Dreamcast.
That would be the dream, wouldn't it? That would have been the dream back in the day.
That would have been the dream, yeah.
The only thing I will say with the Shenmue 3 engine is they need to chuck it on Unreal 5, which I believe is fairly easy to do with Unreal 4 to 5. They need to chuck it in 5 and make use of the tools that are in the new engine.
Upgrade, like the lighting and stuff.
And really sort of push that ahead.
Ray tracing, is it?
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
Shanson said, I hope Shenmue 4 focuses solely on all of the Chiyu
I'm
leaders
getting
and Shenhua's transformation with the mirrors. Do you think that could be more towards the end? That that
This is it.
Shenmue Online stuff we've seen with the dragon and the phoenix and the sky. I feel like that's a conclusion sort of thing, but it's not. Nothing of that's depicted on these tiles either, so I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Stuart.
getting
Looking
it.
forward to that Rio Ren Shenhua dynamic, because it looks like they're going on their own
The last
walk across
game.
the Great Wall, doesn't it? Like that sort of Guilin Forest Disc 4 sort of thing. And I think that would translate amazing, especially for Shenmue fans
Hey,
who
not
appreciate
too
that stuff.
bad.
That would translate amazing to game format,
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
where you've got Ren, Shenhua, Rio talking back and forth, and it'd be cool if you can like actually look at someone and chat to them in the moment.
I agree, Stuart, as well. It very much needs to be Chi-Men focused now. Like, you need to be, like, right deep into that organisation.
I'm getting it.
And what their workings are, what's going on, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we're not sure on the train sequence,
So
Richard.
close.
Obviously, you'd seen that in the Project Berkeley stuff where Rio's hanging off the side of the train. I'm hoping that's still a
This is the
thing
last
because train as a mode of transport
Yeah.
feels quite exciting to me, because obviously he's always had boats, hasn't he? Every little thing he's had is boats.
From
Should I play more?
from like a, because it's obviously in the Project
cool.
Berkeley stuff. That'd be really cool if they did use that in a new game.
Yeah.
Because for us as fans, that'd be, oh my god, they've used the train.
That's that moment.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
that moment. And then there's a reason why Rio's hanging off. Maybe he's just got
Hang
thrown
on.
out of the train by
130 in a game.
Chai again or something. I don't know.
Like, you imagine, like, I don't know, they're having
Guess
a
I'll
fight
try
on the
it.
top of the train or something, and Rio's been chucked off and hanging on or something like that.
That'd be epic.
That'd be quality, wouldn't it? That's the sort of thing you'd want.
Shenmue 3 Dreamcast demake. I think we were on about that the other day, Matt, right, as well? Because
Yeah.
you said Cedric already said it'd be more expensive to make that than it was with Unreal.
Which I think's balmy, but then when you think there's no real documentation out there anymore.
Yeah, and to get the devs and stuff to use Dreamcast dev machines or whatever to create a game again. You look, when you look at that premiere footage or whatever, that video, that interview documentary thing.
Yeah.
There must be about 200 people working on the game in this one big room, right? Screens and screens and screens of stuff.
Mad, isn't it? Like, to think
It's mad.
how many people worked on it.
It is, in terms of like how fast they worked on games back then as well. Because you think if it was built in some of a form on the Sega Saturn in 1995, and then come 1999, and then 2000, 2001, or whatever, you've already, in 6 years, you've got 2 full complete games on the Dreamcast. Whereas we're kind of in that sort of mode now, where we're looking at 3.5 years, 4 years since Shenmue 3, on a supposedly easy to work with engine of Unreal. That just shows you like how many people must have been working on these games to be able to churn out a Saturn build, upgrade it to the Dreamcast for 1999, 2000, and then 2001 Shenmue 2 on the Dreamcast. Like, complete games. Obviously, I guess that 6-year period since they started work on the Shenmue series was both games.
Yeah, it was, because 1 and 2 were developed in tandem, weren't they? And then it was split.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
hey,
mean, they did end up being both really big games.
They
Sorry,
did.
Matt.
Sorry, it's alright. I just saw someone in chat trigger thought. Strictly Sega Europe, I owe you a code. I've added you on Steam, but I can't send you a message for some reason with your code. You can message me on Steam or somewhere, or drop the dojo an email. I'll get your code over to you. That's from last stream. I just wanted to get that out there quick.
Did you still see Guizhang showing up then, Renners, again now?
I think it's done, personally.
I would love to see him again because he said he would catch up. Is there any story element where he could just suddenly appear? Or are we just assuming now that we've had the telephone conversation, like, that could be an inkling that Yu Suzuki's not going to go there again now.
I think it's probably done, unfortunately. It would be cool, like I'd quite like it, but they'd have to make it brilliant. Strictly Sega, if you can do that, drop us a message and I'll reply to it after streaming your code.
So thinking back to the first game, Matt, Yuanda Zoo sends a letter to Ryo's father to tell him to contact Master Chen, right?
Yeah.
But obviously Iwao dies
Yeah.
before he gets the letter, so Ryo has that as a clue.
Yeah.
So obviously Zhu Yuanda knows about Master Chen. He must be friends. I don't know if Master Chen specifically says, "Oh yeah, that's my mate, Yuanda Zhu," or whatever. He just obviously knows of him. You missed it, have you?
Yeah.
So I suppose that could be the way back in if we are to meet. Say, like you're looking at these chapter styles again. There is one with Yuanda Zhu sitting in a chair with these like twins or whatever around him. These girls around him. So maybe there's a connection there with Guizhang still because he's mates with Master Chen. I don't know. Frustrating that the whole of Niawu was just amounted to chasing the red snakes. It should have been focused on investigating the Chiyu men. Yeah, I think there should have been more weight behind Niawu considering it was on a scroll. Because in hindsight, it doesn't make sense that it's depicted on that scroll because nothing realistically happens there that warrants Ryo going there other than that he knows that Landy's there. But the scroll wouldn't know that, if that makes sense. Whereas like the Cliff Temple makes sense because it's like this ancient prophecy place where the mirrors have kept or whatever. But Niawu on the scroll doesn't really make sense because, say, if Ryo saw that scroll of Niawu and Landy had decided, "Oh, I'm sick of this castle, I'm going to build a new castle in Liuang or something." So his castle's not there anymore, but it's still depicted on this scroll. I don't know. You know what I mean? Whereas like the Cliff Temple is like a place that's never going to move, is it? It's like it's always going to be part of where they need to go.
I agree with Lawrence. Niaoui was rushed. I mean, they had to get the game out the door. We know that. They had to change the ending as well.
In theory, because of what Chai says when you go outside after you've seen the scroll, he says Landy's gone to Niaoui. So in theory, that you didn't need Niaoui on the scroll for that sort of discrepancy that I've just mentioned. It could have just depicted the Cliff Temple, and then Ryo's like, "Okay, we need to go to the Cliff Temple," but then Chai says Landy's actually at Niaoui. So then it's like your destination changes. Because then they know that Shenhua's father had been kidnapped by Landy, so that's where they need to go to. I just feel like they put it on the scroll as a way of saying, "This is where you're going now." But then, like I say, you go outside and Chai says, "This is where you need to go now anyway."
So Faris, yes, it was going to have a different ending. I don't know what the ending was, but Cedric did a Q&A through COVID, actually, on Facebook, on his Magic Monaco Facebook. And someone asked him about Shenmue 3, and he quite openly said that they had to change the ending of Shenmue 3 to get it out the door, or words to that effect. I'd have to find the link for it. But there was supposed to be a, I guess, more fleshed out ending than what we got.
So Ren stealing the fake Phoenix mirror is a significant part of Niaoui as it helps distract Landy at the end. Yeah. I do agree with that.
Game over already?
I think Niaoui on the scroll was more of a guidepost of the direction of where they should travel to reach the Cliff Temple. So it's sort of like the place in between Bailu and the Cliff Temple. Possibly.
I'll play it once.
It's funny because you see clips of that scroll in the Shenmue Online bits, don't you? And I'd have to watch it again because I don't think you see the Niaoui bit there. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. I do think they just tacked that on just to give a sense of purpose to Niaoui.
No, good.
That you must go to Niaoui. You know, that's where that Elephant Rock is. But then the story that happens in Niawu wasn't weighty enough.
I don't know why, and this is just my personal
missed.
opinion on it. I got the impression, like Stuart's just said, you were going to get Niausen's introduction, Niawu. They may have still burnt the castle down, and then you could have ended up going to Baisha
All right.
for the big ending.
Yeah.
But obviously that never happened. But could that be what Cedric might have been alluding to? So you had the big ending moved essentially to Niawu.
All right.
I don't know, I'm just spitballing ideas here at this point, but you can see where I'm going with it.
This is it.
Oh shit, it's too early.
Hey, not too bad.
Yeah, Shensun, unless that was a
I
Baisha
want a free
thing.
game.
Because that unused audio, like,
So
is
close.
very interesting. It's only a few seconds footage. Again, it's on our YouTube channel if people want to look at it. But Landy's in agony, he's in pain, something's hurt him. We just don't know what.
Do you think the Cliff
getting
Temple,
it.
Stuart, then is like that where that head opens up and the light comes out? Is that the... That's what it feels like to me.
And actually, if they played it right,
good.
that could be a real fantastic opening to Shenmue 4, couldn't it? Imagine if it all kicks off in the first half an hour. That'd be amazing.
Where would they go from the Cliff Temple, though?
I don't know, actually.
Say if that's where the treasure's meant to be,
No good.
do you reckon it could be like a false thing? Like they get there and the mirrors
Last one.
don't work or something, and the it was a...
No
don't know.
good.
I always thought we'd end up in Menkon
This is the last
at some
game.
point,
I still think we will. I'd be surprised if we didn't.
but to what sort of thing? Because if that's where supposedly Landy's father
I'm
died,
getting it.
although you have said in the past that maybe Landy was manipulated, but I was just about to say that then you would assume that Landy's been Menkon before. So if something important
missed.
was in that location, you'd think he'd already know about it. Apart from his dead father or whatever.
Yeah.
What was the Wulin Shu mentioning about Landy's father again? Because he was in the book, wasn't he?
He was the last of the line of the Tiger
Yeah.
Swallow style.
This is it.
When that book was written.
No good.
Menkung is the home of the Bajikwan martial arts. It's a small town with a big training temple for the martial art.
Should I play
So that
more?
would make sense if you're going to end up in
That's enough
in-
for now.
Menkun.
I'd love to see that. Go
That'd be
back to where your
amazing.
father was pictured, and then learn some amazing a master or something that's going to teach you this devastating move or something. And maybe that could be where you get all the information about your father and stuff. We were expecting to go around Bailey Village and learn a lot more about the father, but everyone had sort of forgot about him in a way. There was only a couple of old people that kind of remembered a little bit, but didn't really give too much information to Rio. But maybe it's like Menkun, where it's oh shit, that this happened here. That could be where you learn a lot about what you want to learn about your father. Cliff Temple won't be particularly big. I believe it was that Shenmue unofficial guy he did a really good video on where he presumes the Cliff Temple's going to be, and it's this actual real life location that just looks amazing, how it's all coming off the side of this mountain. I forget the name of that place, but it looks amazing. I'd like to go to that in person if I could. I don't know if Joe's still in chat. Joe Kitchen might know where that was. The actual real life Cliff Temple. But yeah, I suppose it's not a huge place. It's not going to be like a Niawu sized city as such.
No, it won't be. That could be beneficial. They could really sort of go to town on that temple, make it awesome. and then you end up in like a small martial arts town, which is intricately detailed, lots of things to do, pick up, talk to characters, and all that sort of stuff.
The thing with Menkun as well, if you look at, I did do a post on Phantom Riverstone a while back that was for like the old VR, the old Virtua Fighter concept art, those discs for the Sega Saturn. There's a lot of like concept artwork on there, and there's some depicting of like what essentially probably would have been the Virtua Fighter RPG, because you've got Akira with his green armband on that we see Ryo with in the old beta footage. And he's at a station, so this again another tie-in with the train station sort of aspect of that third tile. And the name of the station is Kangzhou or something like that.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
And if you look at where Menkun is, it's actually a village located in this Kangzhou region. So it's really interesting. And there's also concept artwork of Akira at this old temple-looking area with like he's praying in front of a gravestone. So I feel like there's a lot of ties there to what is Shenmue Menkun wise, maybe like a Wow's grave, but this is like Akira's father that they're kind of showing in this concept art. I'll see if I can dig a link out with that. I did a video actually, didn't I? I did
a video on him a while ago, and I'm sure you did. Did you say for Switch as well on that, or am I making that up?
No, I did. Yeah, Phantom Riverstone, Virtua Fighter. Let's see if something comes up there. That'd probably be the go-to. Yeah. No, that's the wrong link.
What's that move?
Virtua Fighter CG Portrait Series. This is the one.
That's the Fukusan I know. That was a good one.
Yeah, so if you scroll down about not halfway, just a little bit down actually, there's Akira, and there's like a whole bunch of images. That third one, he's even holding his backpack. Looks very much Ryo, doesn't he? White shirt, blue jeans, and in the background is at a station that says Kangzhou. And I'm sure I did Google this. Kangzhou, let me see. Kangzhou in China is located in eastern Hebei, immediately to the south of Tianjin, near the coast of the Bohai Sea, a Gulf of the Pacific Ocean. Let me just skim read this.
While you're reading that, James, just to answer Peter Wilson's question. Do you think Ryo will become Akira? Are they completely separate? I think they're completely separate now. I think they've just gone off in their own tangents now, and that's it.
Yeah, so this was it, Matt. So most interestingly about this location is that one of the counties, so like if you think of like UK, how we got counties, so a county within Kangzhou is Menkun.
There you go.
So it says, this is I wrote this, but this is going back about 10 years or whatever. Perhaps it would make sense that eventually Ryo would travel to Kangzhou and ultimately Menkun, which is the reason for the station name in the picture. And you've got to think, I feel like a lot of the concept artwork from Virtua Fighter that I show in this stuff has real life photographs in the background, and we obviously know that Yu Suzuki did like his research in China for the Virtua Fighter RPG that became Shenmue. So a lot of these photographs I just assume are Yu Suzuki's actual photographs. So Yu Suzuki probably did go to Kangzhou Station, and he pictured this station as like part of his journey. Because he did go actually to he went to Menkun, didn't he? I'm sure he did, because that's where he got like broke his rib or something from a martial arts Baji Quan master. He wanted to go find this particular Baji Quan guy and visited his grave or something. So everything seems to be linked. It's really cool. So the photo of Iwao and Zhao was taken in a Bali village, yeah. But Menkun as well, Landy claims Iwao killed Zhao, yeah. Sorry, I think I did say that photograph, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Oh, there we are.
So Menkun's actually a location, yeah. in China. So it could be one for the bucket list in about 30 years' time when we get to Shenmue 6. Yeah. How far is Menkun from Bali Village? That's interesting, because Bali Village is a made-up location, isn't it? But
It is.
I suppose what you do then, let's go on Google Maps and let's do Guilin. Guilin. Oh my god, come on computer, catch up. Guilin, China. And let's do directions to Menkun. Kangzhou, there we go. So by car is 18 hours, 32 minutes, 16 days walking. You could see Rio walking though, couldn't you? That's the kind of thing you would do.
Just casually strolling it.
So let's see that. So from Guilin,
One game, 100
he's going
yen.
up there through the Hunan province or whatever,
I'll play
into
it once.
Kangsha, is it? Kangsha?
Hmm.
Wuhan he actually goes through, which obviously we know from where COVID was supposed to have originated.
Maybe he doesn't want to go there.
Maybe it might take him a few
No,
extra
good.
days to go around that. I'm trying to think, because at some point
I'm getting
he is meant to be going to Shanghai, so obviously you can sort of spear off into different directions, can't you? If you look at this from
Yeah.
Guilin to Menkun, I wonder if I can just link that and it'll show you what I'm looking at. No, that's not a link. Sorry.
I'm getting it.
Do you want me to remove that from the chat?
This is it.
If it looks like spam, I guess I don't know.
Ah,
Unless
it's
someone
alright.
could maybe just highlight it and copy and paste,
Whoa, the
and
high
it might
score.
work. I feel like it would work.
No more darts.
There we
I'd
go.
have to go back and like check, because obviously they did do a locations map as well, didn't they? At some point
They
where they
did,
put the
yeah.
tiles in,
Oh, it
so
doesn't
that might
come,
be quite interesting to.
it doesn't come out of the restream
I'll
bit.
quit.
I don't matter. Bugger it.
I've thought about doing like a bit of like a Jim's. What did I say to you, Matt? I want to do like a Jim's. What did I call it? Not like lore, but like looking into this Chinese history and mythology.
We sort of touched.
It's not going to go down very well, is it? I can't
We
even say
touched
the
on
word.
it on a show, didn't we? A while back. God, a couple of years ago. We didn't go all the way into it. But we sort of scratched the surface around like the star constellations, Chinese mythology.
Yeah, I'd love to go deeper into it. I feel like it could be like a bit of a YouTube series or a live stream sort of material, where not that I had plans to do a live stream personally, but I could have like
Yeah,
share my
sure.
screen
Thank you
and then
very
we just go
much.
through like different links and just see if we can find anything that
Sure,
sounds
draw a
Shenmue
raffle
related.
ticket.
But obviously it would require a few people in the chat to sort of like
No win.
direct me a little bit,
Too bad.
and for it to have some sort of a purpose. But I thought it would be quite interesting to look at Chinese mythology and the stars
Oh, we got the bug there.
a bit more in depth. Got a drink anywhere? This is where I go bloody Street View on Menkon and just see
One
if
game, 100 yen.
anything's knocking about.
There's no way I'm beating this game tonight. I can tell you
I'll
that
play it
now.
once.
With the forklift section as well, no chance.
I don't think you can go Street View actually in China, can you?
No. I need to stream about another 3 hours, I think, to finish the game from here.
I think the government doesn't like you
So close.
looking around.
Poking your nose in.
Might get the dojo shut down if I started talking about Chinese mythology or something.
Probably would.
Yeah.
It'd be quite neat actually to
I'm doing
follow what Yu Suzuki did on that China
Last one.
research.
Would be cool, wouldn't it?
Following his footsteps a bit.
All right.
There we go, that's better.
I wonder if he's ever been back to China
The
since.
best.
He went to China for Shenmue 3, didn't
Game
he?
over.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
In
Maybe next time.
2016, I want to say.
Well, I feel like he's been there a couple of times because
And he went back
I d-
after Shenmue 3, didn't he? Or just as it was getting released?
yeah, because I added some stuff to the gallery a couple of weeks back actually. He went to China Joy. Oh no, he wasn't. He did a live stream for that, but he was at G. Oh, this is at G Core's Fusion Game Tour. That's interesting actually. Anyway, that just those screenshots I added of that, because a lot wasn't really documented at the time of what was going on there. I know we
Yeah.
watched that stream, didn't we, Mark? Did we watch that together?
Yeah, we did.
Where he was showing off Shenmue 3 and they had, and that's another one called We Play. He was at. That's another Chinese event. He's a cool picture actually. He's sat in a forklift there with a nice smile on his face. I
What
like.
was the
That's a
event?
good shot.
Because he did a few events in China, didn't he? Because I won that signed poster from one of them, and I can't remember which one it was.
That We Play is where they're showing off the posters with signatures on.
Ah, yeah. That must be where I won that poster.
So I reckon that is
Excuse
it.
me.
And he also did some
Are you busy this
cakes. Have you seen the one of the
I see.
cupcakes?
I'm in a hurry.
Okay.
With there's the one of the cupcakes. It's pretty cool with the Shenmue logo and stuff.
I need to get that flipping poster framed actually when I get to it.
And then there was an unnamed China event, wasn't there? Where did I put that? Unnamed China event in 2018. So I couldn't find a name for this, and everyone that was reporting on that event that I've just linked there, that unnamed one, everyone was just reporting on like an event in China. So I don't really know where that was, but he was seeing their signing stuff. So he has been to China a few times.
Been quite a few times, hasn't he? By the looks of it.
As it says there, G Fusion Tour. Oh, it does say on the picture. Why hadn't I noticed that? G Fusion Tour. Shyman 2018. Okay. Might go change that now then.
There we go. You've been adding loads of stuff to the media section in the last few weeks.
I have. I've been taking
Shitloads of
photos
stuff.
of like collectibles and stuff. So I wanted to try and bring that up to the 22nd century or whatever on.
Question for the Dojo. Do we think we'll hear anything about Shenmue 4 this year?
Bro!
I'd like to think we would.
I'd hope so. But if I had to nail my colours to the mast, I would say if we're going to hear anything, it'd be the latter half of the year.
Quite a lot of hassle for you though, bro.
What you
I mean, the
say?
way this year's going,
Job
Matt,
I found.
March already.
I know.
Woman.
It won't take too long, will it, if you're talking about the tail end of the year?
I know. Easter's 4 weeks away.
Airhead here asked me to find it for you.
I'd have hoped I'd have done the magazine by now, mate, but I haven't even started it, so I would probably say like the end of the year for issue 3 as well.
Please, Mr. Foreman,
So what's that? That's Fusion 4
So, where should I go?
Shining.
Be at the Alpha
18.
Trading Office by 2 p.m.
I'd agree, Stuart. I'd be
Just
getting
ask for your
worried
son.
if we didn't
You
hear
know
anything
the
this
appointment.
year. Just that's on a personal
2 p.m.
level. Like, I
Yeah,
don't want to
son.
panic
Alpha
anyone,
Trading
but
Office.
that's just my opinion.
Thanks a lot. See ya.
I have to physically.
There you go, Johnny. Goro, just for you.
I think I need to remake the page on that actually. If you change the name of it. Let's see if that works now. Yes, Fusion Tour. Scheiman. Sounds German, doesn't it, when I say it like that? Scheiman.
What do you want?
but it's XIA.
Yeah, that's me.
However you pronounce that in Chinese, I don't know.
Mentioned me.
Let's do some
Oh,
forklifting.
yes. Live from the lunch stand. Yes, she did. Can you start right
I wonder if we
away?
need to link it as well.
You got one day when this is all over, and we get to the end of Shenmue and it's all finished, this, that, and the other. I think James and I should have a flipping do a stream one day where we do a tell-all,
Ever drive a forklift?
No, sir.
fucking all of it.
What would we tell though?
Anything
don't
and
know anything, do we,
everything.
Matt?
Anything and everything that we get told between now and Shenmue 4, 5, and 6.
Mark, come here a sec.
Even if it costs us money to reveal.
Fuck it, we're going down with the ship.
Okay, Mark will take it from
Where's
here.
the event stuff? Oh, okay,
I see.
events galleries,
Show him how to drive the
2015
forklift.
to present, into
Okay, boss.
yeah.
It will be a sad day though.
Hello,
What-
I'm the
I say a
Hazuki.
sad day. It'd be a weird
Hey,
day
man,
for me
I'm
when
Mark.
if we get to the end of this story.
Just fine.
Do you think the dojo would keep going though?
I'm the forklift.
Yeah,
We'd keep going,
well,
wouldn't we?
we'd keep
Why would
it
we stop?
going. We'd keep it going.
You never know. Then we'd just be on about the bloody
Okay.
All aboard.
anime and stuff, right? Let's get a season 2.
We're 80 trying to get a season 2.
Never going to stop, are we? I think that's updated now, yeah. Fusion Tour Shaman
Okay, you ready?
2018.
Let's start your
Spot on.
lesson.
There you go,
First
on the
turn
fly
wheel either
editing,
left or
the
right.
website.
No, that's the lift.
The dojo will never die.
No, that's the accelerator.
I really should watch what I was doing. There we go.
Good. That's it. Next, press the accelerator.
What would you guys like to see in that sort of scenario? Like after we've completed the whole of
Okay,
Shenmue,
Good. Now back up.
what would be the
This one from
purpose in life
accelerating.
from that point?
Because as long as
Yeah,
James
that's
and I are
it.
running the
Finally try
page,
raising and
even
lowering
if the
the left.
content slowed down,
Okay, not too
we'd
bad.
we'd keep it
Now,
online.
You try moving that crate.
Wouldn't
Take
we?
that
We wouldn't
crate
just
to
take it
warehouse
down
number
because
3.
there's too
Just
much
there.
history
First
here.
slide the fork under the crate.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's like
Then lift the crate and go.
I don't think anything would just end just because the games did. I feel like yeah, because you still got like Terry says, remakes of games, still discussing lore theory, streaming the games.
What happened in the games to what we thought might happen?
Yeah,
Hunting for prototypes in the Saturn version.
Easy,
Yeah.
ain't it?
prototypes, stuff can be uncovered. It's like Michael Jackson. He's dead. You think that'd be the end all thing, but there's still songs they're unearthing,
To warehouse number 3.
Okay.
I gotta get back to work.
releasing
so finish
content,
the
aren't
rest
they still?
yourself.
No problem.
trying to keep the legacy alive. Like I think we'd do the same for Shenmue.
Yeah, just keep it going, keep it in the public face, and just keep going with it, wouldn't we? Wouldn't stop. It'd be a different position to what we're in now. But that's not necessarily a bad thing at all. By contrast, it's a very good thing. To answer Peter Wilson's question, tell us something now. Okay, then, in 2019, 2019, we got a tip-off, major tip-off, that Shenmue 1 and 2 was coming to Switch. Like, to the point where we had all the materials pre-made, ready for an announcement at that E3. And then it got pulled, or canned. We don't know why. Full scripts. I'd love to see full scripts as well. Fan fiction.
Would have been cool on the Switch.
Wow, it fucking should still come out. To be honest, I don't know why. I don't know how it got canned. It just got something happened to it. Good journalist doesn't ever reveal their sources.
Fan fiction spin-offs. If Rio never left for Hong Kong, Zombie never left to China. Canada.
It was frustrating when
Is that sort of fan fiction you like to hear?
because it was hard work, but shit happens. Skill Gym moves to Yokosuka. Hey Rhino, by the way.
Yeah, I know. That might not actually be fan fiction. That's like what I kind of want to do. Yeah, Sean. There is that fan art lady that made. Is it Aoi someone? Who's that? She did a Guiz. What happened if Guizhang had have followed Rio to Hong Kong? Have you seen that? I think she did a YouTube video of that as well. Let me see if I can find that.
Just to mention the anime while you're looking for that, I thought they did this whole harbour section quite well in the anime.
I found it anyway. That's the video there, YouTube. It's pretty cool. It's like a fan fiction for that. Very well made. That's episode 1. I think she did do like 2 or 3 episodes.
I'd buy a Switch version day one as well, without a shadow of a doubt. It would be like the 10th time I bought this game, but you know.
Yeah, that was the first episode. Did I link you the English version? Yep. So these are English versions and Japanese versions. So she did episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. Shenmue if Guizhang kind of followed Rio to China, well, Hong Kong. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Finished for the day.
Oh, good work.
Shenmue visual novel.
You're getting used to the forklift.
I would like to see the story written as a novel, like obviously at the end of the series. That would be pretty cool. Not that I read books, actually. Maybe I wouldn't.
I don't fucking read books.
So don't go slacking off.
I've got like.
I hate books. I'm hating reading my university books. To be honest, I get to like a chapter,
If you do good enough,
and like for this one
I'll give you
example
a raise.
about life,
I understand.
I'm like literally I'm counting before I start reading how many
Thank
pages
you very much.
it is, and like if it's any more than about 30, I'm like, oh, for God's sake. It was like a reading you had to do, and I think it was like 15 pages for this one little. So you're not just reading like a 40-page chapter; it's also got like a 15-page chapter reading.
There's something we
I just hate reading.
Before work, really?
Yeah, man. You'll see when you get here. Oh, and don't be
Stuart
late.
loves reading. Some people do, I guess.
Yeah, some people enjoy it. Like I've got, you know, that Mega Drive book and the Dreamcast book that who the fuck was it? Who did it?
Yeah.
It was a Kickstarter.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I haven't read either of them.
Visual history.
Yeah, I haven't read either of them.
You just flick through, look at the pictures. I'm the same.
Pretty much. I had a quick look at the pictures, used my Shenmue bookmark briefly, and then that was the end of that.
I'm out of here.
Whenever I get something like a magazine or a book or something, I do intend to read it. I'm like looking through and like, oh mate, this is so cool, this is sick. But then I don't ever go back to it and read it. I don't feel like I've got the time to sit down and read a book.
It sounds silly as well. I'd rather play games.
Do you know about them?
Yeah, it does sound silly. I know what you mean.
Maybe that punk could try
I'm the
to
same.
mug me.
Could never get into books even as a kid.
Huh? Do you know anything about the mad
Hey, JP,
I did
by
used
the
to
way.
have. I don't know if you were the same, Matt. Maybe at this sort of age. Goosebumps. I used to read Goosebumps.
I used to read Goosebumps. I read most of those back as a kid. They were quite good.
Yeah, R.L. Stein. That's probably the last time I read an actual novel.
So, I read Console Wars, the book. I remember
Did
reading
you?
that. Yeah, that was really good. Really, really good.
I think I bought that, but I didn't I maybe read the first chapter and then I was like, oh, this is why I don't read books.
Fucking good book,
And then they
actually.
didn't they do like a video documentary or something called
Yeah, they
Console
did.
Wars?
Fucking
I
good
don't
book.
think I've seen it still though, because
I
it's not
haven't.
it's not easy to access. It's like on American Hulu or something, and I don't know where you get that.
It's a fucking good book, though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a really good book.
It's got like Tom Kalinske and stuff in, right?
Yeah, it goes into a lot of detail actually about
good.
Yeah, I
all
do
the
want to read that.
prehistory.
Fair.
The stuff they talk about with Sony and the joint partnership that got canned, the war, say the internal war between America and Japan. It's fucking epic.
I've heard stuff.
It's
I've
really
actually
good.
heard on the book on podcasts because people talk about like how they did some sort of marketing in like a mall. They got these. They actually had. Did they have machines with Mario on and Sonic?
Yeah.
So people were playing Mario and they were like, "Come have a look at this one. This is Sonic," and it's like, "Oh, people were blown away by Sonic." So they actually marketed by advertising Mario.
And
in a
like
sense.
the Sonic 2 thing was apparently one of the first global launches of a video game ever because it all launched on the same day, and they had this
Right.
mass marketing campaign for it. Like it was fucking unbelievable at the time. It honestly, I don't read books very often, but that's one of the books I've read, and it was worth every second of my time, without a doubt.
Someone said bloody a full. Oh no! Someone said a colouring book to me the other day. Shenmue colouring book.
Shenmue colouring
They want-
book.
Well, they wanted in Shenmue World. I forget who it was. They mentioned it as a thing.
Yeah,
Can you-
Sonic Tuesday, that was it, Sean. And it was
What about
everywhere.
Shenmue cookbook? Matt, do you reckon we could make that?
We get what? Everything has garlic in it.
Everything uses black garlic or chocolate, make caramel or something like that. Like just stuff that's
Yeah.
Garlic chocolate. There we go.
Shenmue
Ugh.
fish.
And how to avoid carrots.
True. They won't find any use of carrots in
Hey, not
This
too
cookbook.
bad.
the cookbook. Got the magazine price. Oh yeah, cheers, Rhino.
Getting it.
Matt sent you that.
Oh, fantastic. That got there really bloody quick. I'm glad it got there as quick as it did, though, because it always worries me sending shit like that in the post.
This is a bit of a hot take from Ren, as I think
No,
Ren and Shenfar are a WoW's secret children.
It's the last art.
Don't know about Ren. Shenfar I could kind
Hey,
of see
not too
actually,
bad.
just from the sort of Star
get
Wars
to play
connection we
again.
seem to be. We've mentioned a couple of times, haven't we? Like Leia and Luke, siblings.
No, good.
Fuck. That plaster.
Adult Sonic colouring book. I've got a Sega colouring book actually.
Hey, not too
It's kind of like
bad.
that. What you're saying, Stuart, which is good.
That plaster I sent second class on the Monday. Yeah, it was the Monday,
Yeah.
and it got there on the Tuesday.
That's ridiculous. See, some
getting
stuff
it.
like that I just don't understand. But that's that's what a postman does. If he gets a letter, he delivers it. You know what I mean? There's no like he looks at a letter and it says second class and it's like, oh, I'll do that in
good.
2 days' time. You just deliver what you're given, don't you? So if it does somehow
It's the
make it
last
into the local depot,
No, good.
it gets delivered.
That's rapid though, isn't it? Fucking
Yeah.
for second class. I thought, oh yeah, I get there
Should I play
eventually.
more?
It's the stuff I've sent internationally. I was a little bit more
Maybe
worried
next
about,
time.
but they've been sent tracked. So
Yeah, I think you've got to, mate. That's why I was doing the Shenmue Worlds. You've got to send them tracked, just because, touch wood, I didn't have any losses of the magazines, and I've done 2 now, and I've sent off like over 1,000 probably around the world. And like I say, touch wood. I don't know if this Fred desk wood, is it Titch? I don't know, but I haven't lost any Shenmue World magazines so far, which is, I'm obviously going to lose a shit ton of issue 3 now I've said that, but I think you've got to go tracked, which is
Yeah.
it's worth the extra bit of
it's
postage
peace
costs.
of mind, isn't it? And if anything goes wrong, you can claim it back or whatever,
Yeah.
can't you? And it's less.
And I'm
hassle
not
for
saying anyone
everybody.
would, I don't saying anyone would in the chat, like kind of thing. But if you don't, it's like people could say they've never received it, and you'd never be able to know.
Exactly.
The same with eBay. I've sent, and actually, the type of person that buys it probably, but FIFA, I've sold FIFA in the past, and it was bought by
good.
some guy with like 1 feedback, and I knew it was going to be dodgy, and he claimed he never got it like a month later, So I was like scrambling for the receipt. Oh shit, where have I sent this? Because it was like back when I used to go to the post office to get actual receipts. They give you a proof of postage. And actually, luckily, we just put it in the bin that week. So I was literally fishing through the bin, and it was like right at the bottom of the bin, like the outside bin, not the inside bin. It was the outside bin. And it was all stained and greasy and stuff. But I took a photo because I had the proof of postage on it. And if you typed the tracking code in, it actually showed his signature as signed. So it said delivered and signed. And otherwise, without that proof, he would have got a full refund and he would have been able to keep the game as well. So it just shows there is people culpable to faking who they are and that sort of stuff.
Cheers, Stuart, mate. Have a good one. Have a good rest of evening.
Cut it out.
Cheers, Stuart, mate. See you later. I speak to you soon, eh?
Look at him. Talks like a goody-goody little shit.
All right then.
Probably coated chipboard. What's that?
What?
The desk.
Oh, the desk, the Fred desk. Still wood, I suppose, right? It's made out of some
You do know what that is,
wood
right?
clippings, chippings.
Okay, I'll play your little game. But if
Skill
I
took
win,
an
you
extra
leave
shift and
alone.
delivered them himself. I was thinking that, I think I was talking to Paddy about doing a bit of a Shenmue World tour, but around the UK.
Man hits the ground.
Not a world tour, but
Here we go.
a Shenmue World tour. So we just drive up and down the UK like hand delivering. You'd save a shit ton on postage though, wouldn't you?
Fucking wood, although petrol.
Petrol, true.
I won.
Little shit, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that was
You won't
there.
forget
Actually.
this, boy.
There's a couple of little swears, isn't there, in the first game? And then there isn't any in the second or third, is there? That I'm aware of, that I can think off the top of my head.
The second.
They say shit twice, and Guizhang says bastard.
The second, if there is,
Jim-
I can't
Jimmy.
remember it. It's definitely not in the third game.
Yeah, Jimmy kind almost says shit, doesn't he, when he opens the door? He's like, shit.
His rear fucking grabs him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we give stuff away, we tend to track it, just because, don't we? I had one. I can't remember if they're in chat or not. I sent it to America, and it's been around the world fucking twice. Ended up back at my house. I don't know how, because the guy gave me the address, all legit, all fine. Checked it with him. Yeah, that's where to send it. Sent it off. Nope. Sent another one off. And they both got returned. And I'm going,
Is that a problem with the address then, do you think?
it must be.
Yeah. I don't think the schoolgirls actually swear, do they? They like kiss off. They say like kiss off instead of or screw you kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's what they say. I think screw you, and they go for him, and he's like, "I knew."
Personally, I think Shenmue pissing me off. Possibly, yeah. Actually, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Personally, I think Shenmue come to a decade early. Came a decade too early. I think. If it had come out in 2009, I think it would have been a bigger hit.
I can see what you're going with. I do think it was. Well, it was ahead of the curve. I don't think it was ahead of the curve. It's definitely ahead of the curve. So I can see that.
It was ahead of Yakuza 1, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, massively.
When you look at Yakuza 1 now, back in 2003 or whatever, or 4, when was the first Yakuza map?
2003.
Was it? Yeah.
I'd have to look at the
But-
notes we did for the show. I can't remember.
It's only voiced in cutscenes.
And it looks-
It's sort of like a top-down view. It's weird, isn't it? It's like a isometric, half weird view.
Graphically, it looks far worse than Shenmue. 2005. There we go.
2005. So 4 years behind the Shenmue series in a sense. Well, you could say 5 years really if you want to go off the first game. The first game looks amazing. 2005. It's got worse graphics in my opinion. The camera works not very good. It's text dialogue for the most part.
Cheers, Terry, mate. Have a good evening.
Cheers, Terry. But then, to be fair, it didn't really sell very well either, did it? First Yakuza either, so...
In Japan, it sold quite well. In America, it sold 10,000 copies. It's funny, Yakuza, and I said this when we did the show, that it was in a very similar position to Shenmue in the West. Nobody gave a shit. No one gave a fuck. And people
just
had
for
to
some reason, just Sega doubled down on it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, well, that as well, I suppose. You mentioned it was like second in the list. Shenmue 3 was the top of the Sony PlayStation list or whatever, and Yakuza 5 was second, right? Was it Yakuza 5?
Mm-hmm.
But didn't Yakuza 5 actually get released?
In Japan, but it never came west. Not in a physical
copy. Right,
copy.
that's it, yeah. And then it was free on PS Plus, wasn't it, when it came out?
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I think that sort of stuff does wonders to a game. So PS Plus Yakuza 5, that's kind of when the Yakuza series started taking off, isn't it? Because actually people tried it. They were able to try it for free. Whereas, I guess Shenmue 3 was a bit of a hard thing to buy into, wasn't it? £60 RRP or whatever, 50, 40. What was it, $49.99 when it first came out? Shenmue 3.
My new job starts today.
50 quid, I think, if you got it full price. Yeah. I didn't. I paid like 40. I got quite lucky. Yakuza budget was a lot less than Shenmue. It was less than Shenmue. I think about $20 million, something like that. I'd have to get the figures back up.
Yeah. What did we say Shenmue was? Because obviously it was split between two games, wasn't it, in the end?
Depending on the school of thought, between $47 million and $70 million, wasn't it? So you're looking at anything between sort of... Excuse me.
Like 22 and a half per game.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Hey Dan, man, how you doing, bud?
23 and a half per game, kind of.
Everybody ready? And don't go wrecking the forklifts or the formula.
Shenmue 2, 50 quid, was it? £50 Shenmue, £50 Shenmue 2, and then £50 Shenmue 3, I guess.
How much I paid for Shenmue 2 back in the day. The Shenmue 1
Maybe
I got as a present.
Yeah. But if you think those games, like on Dreamcast, when they were like 4 discs, do you reckon they did charge more?
Possibly,
than a
because they'd
typical game?
be more involved in production costs, wouldn't there?
Yeah. So I could see that. I could see like your typical Dreamcast game being $39.99. And then maybe like a boxed one that's got 4 discs in being £50, $49.99 possibly. Oh, cheeky bastard, isn't he?
I know, fucker. I forget they do that, the bastards.
Yeah.
They just drive at you. They Max Verstappen you.
That was interesting to see that Joe guy. What's his second name? That Joe, that wrestler. Joe Hardy.
Joe Hendry.
Joe Henry.
That was quite fun. Joe Hendry, yeah, that was quite funny. Do you know that video's got 2.5 million hits on it? The one with the Dreamcast in it now.
Was it?
Yeah, it's done pretty well.
Did he ever say why he used a Dreamcast, or like why a Dreamcast?
It's genuinely out of his own game collection. He's a bit of a gamer, apparently.
Okay. Did he mention Shenmue? Or...
No.
I know he retweeted our retweet.
Yeah.
I tweet that Jibby made. Jibby made that little
video
with the disc flying out. It's pretty funny. And I'll try and find that in case no one knows what we're on about. I feel like a lot of the time we talk about and we don't really have much context. We just assume everyone knows what the fuck we're on about.
Right, let's take the old shortcut. There we go. Fuck you. I'm in the lead. Die.
Ooh, got quite a bit to scroll through. Might be quick to find in our
That's the tweet-a-thons, like, screwed our timeline up.
Yeah.
Oh, Strictly Sega Europe, if you're still in the chat, I did see your message, by the way. I'll sort your code out in a bit. When we finish the stream tonight, I'll get your code over. I'm glad you're in, because I wanted to grab you.
No, I didn't quite retweet it, did I? Gotta find this.
I love the forklift racing music.
Yeah.
Finish!
I can't hear it, but I know what it's like. Do-do-do.
Yeah, I like it.
Do-do-do.
Pretty damn good for a rookie.
Do-do-do.
Here's your first place prize.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
Not a bad
In the mind of a
representation.
Shenmue fan.
From today,
Yeah.
welcome. I'll do my
Fucking hell.
best. Time to get to work.
So,
Move these
that's the
crates
tweet I
with
was
the
about.
forklift.
Where do I take it?
Finally found it.
Warehouse number 18. Here's the route map. The quote is written on the map. Read it carefully.
Remember, guys,
If you
give us a
exceed
follow
quota,
over on
you'll get
Twitter.
a raise.
If we get to
Great.
10,000
Be sure you
followers,
don't
there'll be
break
a
anything.
massive competition as a
Okay.
celebration. Cheers, bud. Off
Yes!
site. All the best. It's another resub by Skill Gym. I don't know the bloody hell that is.
What's the number at? Good question. We are at 9,968, so we are 32 subs off a huge giveaway. Or followers, sorry. If you don't follow us on Twitch, that would be amazing. Like I say, 32 followers off.
On Twitter, yeah, it's mad.
Did I say Twitch then? Sorry, Twitter. Twitter.
Good old Twitter.
And see you later, Si. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. We haven't actually said, but we have got some stuff to give away in this stream.
I completely bloody forgot, you know.
Yeah, I was
mate.
going to give away some postcards again. If we do 3 races, we'll do a postcard per race, if you like, and the final race. I've still got these that we didn't give away yet. Shenmue 3 promo covers.
The
These are actually from game.
The 10k giveaway I can't talk about yet, but James is talking through the main giveaway right now. Oh, thank you for the follow, Goob.
I haven't got any spot maps, sorry. We've literally got rid of all the pricey stuff. Like I said, I got these anime postcards and 2 of these game sleeves, promotional sleeves that
I think
I managed to pick up from an actual game shop in,
we'll
in
do-
the UK.
I think is if we smash a day's forklifting, and then we'll draw it.
Okay, buddy, no problem. 30 counts for us. Okay.
Yeah, go for it if you feel like it.
Where's the Shenmue Forklift online game so we can all can races for the win and see who wins the prize? Shenmue Forklift online game.
There are
Someone have to make it first, right?
Yeah. There are people selling those map guides on eBay and also buy for Japan if you're looking for that as well. I get a load of stuff from Japan on there. It's quite handy.
Duck Racing would be pretty cool as an online game.
Wouldn't it?
Especially like the control your own duck aspect. That'd be pretty good fun. Good old race ducks.
Postcards are very nice. The anime merch
In fact-
situation is odd though, isn't it?
It is odd, mate, yeah.
Like, I don't understand any thinking behind that. Whoever thought that campaign of not really doing merch needs firing.
The anime just feel like it's God now, doesn't it?
It's well over a year, isn't it? I mean, this time last
Yeah.
year we were like, what, 4 or 5 episodes in at this point?
Just feels like no one's spoken about it since. Like none of the official outlets. Which is a shame. You don't see anyone talk about it, do you? Like Crunchyroll or Adult Swim or. Because they did have 2 official Twitter accounts at one point. They had a Shenmue anime, Shenmue_anime.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
neither of them have posted since.
Nope. They retweeted something, didn't they, from Crunchyroll a couple of weeks ago, but that was it. That was just
Yeah,
a
I
random
think-
as fuck retweet.
Just the awards, wasn't it? I think.
The
that
awards
we
they got
weren't even
screwed
involved
out.
in.
They got screwed out of, but you know,
Ridiculous.
We'll leave that there. My video
Just
talks
ridiculous.
about that enough. And that was quite restrained, actually. What we got here?
So yeah, I guess as Shenmue fans, we're not really getting much at all at the moment.
It's a bit of a dry period, isn't it, at the moment? It was,
Yeah.
but Shenmue announcements, they always tend to happen out of fucking left field, don't they? You get no fucking prior warning.
That's true. You just get like a little tease, don't you?
Like the anime stuff, when that got announced, and we were obviously following that sort of Twitter thread that was going around, and then I went to certain sources who were very helpful, and they confirmed what was going on. But that was out of left field. That was mental, though, wasn't it? When you think back to last year, and we're fucking streaming on a Sunday, recording a podcast immediately afterwards, and releasing what on the Friday.
Super busy, wasn't it?
I really wish for
Were you doing a video for that as well, were you?
I was doing the odd video during that time. I did like some Easter eggs videos, but I just couldn't keep up.
What I mean for the show?
Yes, every show had a video.
Crazy, isn't it? When you think about it, I edited the audio, you did the video.
You'd have the audio to me by like, I don't know, Monday evening, Tuesday morning. And then
Yeah.
I'd have Tuesday morning onwards to edit it down. I'd have it ready normally on a Thursday to air on the Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute mental.
Oh, Master Momi too.
Yeah.
I wish they'd do
yeah.
another Shenmue figure. I know they did tease a Rio on a forklift, wouldn't they, at one
Yeah,
point?
a few years ago, but it never happened for some reason.
Didn't happen. It probably would have been good.
I'd have
like
been
tied
all
into a
over
Shenmue
that.
3 release. I think that's what they were planning. I think they were trying to release it around the time of Shenmue 3.
I'd have been all in on that. Any
Yeah.
editions sold.
But
Yeah.
a Shenmue one would be insane.
Oh,
Niao
yeah.
Sun would be insane. I think if they did go outside of your typical Landy Rio, I'd be buying it instantly. I'd be buying it instantly anyway, like, but I just feel like if they catered to like those other characters,
Oh, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
it would be insane. A shoeing figure, imagine that.
That's the idea. Are we going to meet quota? We are damn right going to meet quota, and then go do some donuts.
Goro range. It might be the only one I skipped, the Goro one.
Hey Abdullah, man, you good?
Hey Abdullah. Just trying to think of who else they could actually do. Like obviously there's a lot of Shenmue 1 characters that you'd buy, wouldn't they, if there was a figure for.
Lunchtime, eh?
Like your Tommy, Mark,
Guizhang, yeah.
Guizhang. In Shenmue 2 obviously you get a Joy. A Wong maybe.
Press F
You
for
ratted us
Mark's
out,
lunch.
didn't you?
Are you one of Chen's
A Ren.
I
A
don't
red
know
to
you,
happen.
Jin. Oh, really? I don't know. Oh.
Hey, quit lying! Yeah! Cut it out!
What? Who's this twin?
We're gonna teach you a lesson!
Goro with like different accessories. Pissing off the side of the harbour. Goro. Chai would make a good figure actually. Master Bahu. Iwao, I suppose, could have a figure.
Yeah.
Like if you really like milked the figure aspect, you'd have like Rio as a child and Ine-san, Fukasan. Almost forgot Fukasan. Megumi with extra cat. Nice, Matt. I like seeing like unique throw things like that.
I like messing around with the dodging system because you can get some nice little counters out of it.
I always kind of do that one where he does fall back a bit and then uppercuts.
Yeah, I just did it.
Yeah, you've kind of just done it, yeah. But sometimes they like literally fall backwards, don't they, from it? Zhao Sun Ming figure, what would that look like?
Thank you, Dio.
Talking doll figure.
Guy in a
Mad
coffin.
Angels.
Why are the Mad Angels picking on you?
They seem to think I'm working with one of their enemies.
We could have like loads of little
Somebody
accessories,
called
couldn't they? Like
Chad.
little chocolate bars and
But I don't know him.
lucky
I know-
hit board.
I know Josh at Limited
Master
Run wants to
Shin
do a notebook,
And the
didn't
Mad
he?
Angels.
Yeah, and he wanted to do every cassette from the first game, didn't he? As a little actual real cassette tape.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
A notebook would be cool though. That's like an obvious sort of
Yeah.
item.
You know about the Mad... Oh, yeah. Why are you... Don't you know? Why not? Just because...
Can
You
Josh
know
do the
about
notebook? It's down to licensing,
Why?
quite frankly, at the end of the day.
Really, I don't know, but I would...
He doesn't...
See you
Like,
around.
he gets these ideas, but he obviously has to get the licenses to allow him to do these said ideas.
Yeah, I reckon like anything they did that was like a limited run line of, 500 or something would sell.
Yeah, of course it would.
I don't know if it'd make much money for them, but obviously if the massive Shenmue fans.
Which Josh is a
It would
big
be cool.
Shenmue fan,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he's a nice bloke actually. I mean, I had the pleasure of interviewing him a
Mm-hmm.
little while back. He's a nice bloke, Josh.
So just double A. That is the right way of saying book, by the way. How would you say cook? Do you say cook?
Cook.
How would say it again?
Cook.
Are you saying cook?
Cook.
Cook. I don't know.
Posh boy southern accent.
Ah, good.
You can't but just be like Stoke-on-Trent, say book and cook and Luke, right?
Look.
Why I wouldn't just say those things like incorrect. I've been taught those things.
It's just that this is dialect, isn't it? Because it
Dialect,
varies.
yeah. Cook. Cook. It's not cook though, is it? That's like C-U-C-K.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? But
I know what you mean.
it
Starts.
does.
One game, 100 yen. I'll give it a try.
Yes.
Sort of end up in this sort of every stream, don't we? I must say book every stream.
Oh, bugger. That's better. Sort my back out.
Do you say nuke, like nooks and crannies?
Yeah.
Or
nooks-
nook?
Nook and cranny.
Okay, so you do say... Wait a minute, you just said nook. Did you say nook?
Nook and cranny.
Nook and cranny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say nook and cranny. Weird that is. I don't know what that is.
All right.
I think buzz was another. Were people getting upset because I said buzz?
Buzz. Buzz.
Buzz. Do you catch the buzz?
Oh, bus.
Oh, you say bus. Okay. I say buzz.
Hey, not too bad.
Which is like, it's literally the same thing, but you've emphasised the S more, right?
Bus. Yeah. It's weird.
Bus.
It's
And I say
hard though as
buzz.
well because like living here, you obviously don't hear the accents. Archive.
See, that could just be me titch on the archive. I just might have pronounced archive wrong just because it looks like chive. Archive.
Last one.
Buzz.
I'm getting it.
Unless it is just a Stoke-on-Trent thing, I don't know.
I think it's a northern thing.
All right, a free game.
But Titch is northern, isn't she? So she's laughing that I'm saying buzz.
It might be. I don't know.
And book.
So close.
There's quite a few variations of words and
good.
stuff. Like I say breakfast, dinner, and tea. And I've heard Titch say tea actually before.
That's very
nighttime meal.
that's very northern.
No good.
Because it's always like when I went to school, it was always dinner time at 12. Do you know what I mean? It was dinner time. So I never associated dinner with like a nighttime meal.
Whereas
It was always your
we say breakfast, lunch, and dinner here.
This is the last arc.
right.
But if someone said,
So
someone said to me, "What do you want for tea?" I'd know what they meant.
Not bad.
right, yeah. But at school they said, okay, that's it. Time. You know, it's lunchtime.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you'd eat the bell.
Last game.
Lunchtime.
yeah.
We'd have dinner time. We'd have dinner ladies. Did you have lunch ladies or dinner ladies?
They were called dinner ladies, oddly.
So that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. What does tea mean?
No good.
So it means your evening meal, basically.
Yeah. So if you say dinner for like your 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock sort of meal at night, I say tea.
So it's tea time. Don't forget you need to be home at 6 o'clock for tea.
Whereas my mum would say,
So
are you coming for
close.
dinner? Kind of thing, as you coming back home for dinner.
Yeah, your dinner time is whatever.
Yeah. It is weird how that works.
No good.
Funny old dialects.
Hmm.
This is it.
Dinner ladies. So school was dinner ladies, wasn't it? Even though, you know, I'm the only one that's saying dinner is actually at 12, like noon.
They were always dinner
Where
ladies.
it
when
actually
they
makes
worked.
sense. Yeah,
So
it
that
makes
works.
sense that they're called dinner ladies then.
Yeah, they were always called dinner ladies at
It's
school.
already this
Like,
late.
even though it was lunchtime, they were always called dinner ladies.
Was it number 18?
Is that the same for other people at school? Like, Tensai Lord, I know you're like American. What was your, like, the cooks or the people that made
called-
school dinners? What were they
I'm
called?
sure they're called lunch ladies over in America.
In school dinner, didn't I just say that right? School dinner.
Yeah.
There's no school lunch, is there? It's called school dinner.
It was it was called school dinners here.
Yeah.
It's so
Lunch
fucking
lady.
Random,
Okay.
innit?
That is so weird. Why have like certain parts of the world had lunch? Like I know what lunch means, and someone might say lunch to me, let's go for some lunch. That's not a weird thing. But
It's-
the dinner thing is, like if
li-
someone said let's go for some dinner, I would assume they're talking about like a 1 o'clock meal.
But it's like me here, and someone goes, "Oh, do you want to get some tea tonight?" Be like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. I'd know what they were talking about."
But if someone said let's go get some dinner, Matt, you'd think 8 o'clock, right? What you would.
Well, I think like evening meal sort of thing.
So weird.
The Shenmue 3 T-shirt is one that Sun made for us, so it's an unofficial one. I don't even think you can get them anymore. I think
We've both got different ones, Matt.
Yeah, we have.
You've got what have you got? Rio and Shen for? I think I've got
Yeah.
Ren and Meowson, possibly.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Let's have a read of this off. It's interesting.
Some people say pop. Some people say soda. Yeah, we say fizzy drinks here. We're weird.
I've never used the word soda. I don't think. Like I've used it for like Soda Stream, but I wouldn't say, "Oh, I need to get a bottle of soda." I probably would say a bottle of pop, actually.
Bottle of fizz, we call it down here. Or
Really? So I'd never say that.
that
sounds
could also
weird.
be misinterpreted for champagne. It's funny. How long have I been speedrunning this? I haven't actually tried to speedrun it, but we're doing quite well time-wise here, actually, because I'm on the forklift section.
When I was young, I thought everybody in the UK sounded like Ali G.
Fuck it out.
Dinner lady in Cardiff. Okay, that's interesting, Abdullah. Dinner ladies at Renner's. And AA had even called it school dinner.
Orange soda. That's a throwback if you know that reference.
I say lunch now, and I say tea as last meal. So Renner's does say tea, but he does say lunch. That's weird as well, isn't it? That's like another kind of a take on that. Cal loves orange soda. Nice.
Keenan and bloody hell, that's throwback,
Who
isn't it?
loves orange soda? I grew up in Lincolnshire, and I think we were right on the line where we used either for all of them. I think maybe I'm the same as that, Peter, actually. Like, even though I would say dinner time and tea time, people probably do use either word. It's not like they get confused if they heard tea time or lunch. Like, there's no... there's no mistakes or whatever. There's, people would understand what you're on about and use either. It's just what I'm accustomed to.
There we go. We're definitely making quota now, ladies and gentlemen.
Lawrence, I like that question. So, Matt, the ultimate Shenmue question: did Mark lose his dinner?
No, he lost his damn lunch.
Hey, boy. You working
It was just called break time for us. At
See,
school.
that's funny. When you start digging deep into this, I know this is a bit of a weird
That ain't right.
bit of conversation we're having here, but I would say lunchbox.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd say
It's not-
lunchbox. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not called dinner box.
What insurance?
So I'd be having my dinner out of my lunchbox.
Boy. Right now.
And people wonder why English is so hard to learn.
You guys met angels?
Yeah.
Defiance
funny, innit?
ain't a good idea. You don't pay up, boy. I'm gonna kick your ass.
No way.
You are gonna regret that decision.
Break time. Yeah, we have break time.
Let's
Yeah, it's break
I know in America it's called like recess, isn't it?
Yeah, it's recess in America.
It took me ages to figure out what that word meant because I think there was a show, wasn't there, like a cartoon on Nickelodeon called Recess,
Damn it.
and I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, it was a good show, that was.
No.
Right, they're all dead. Lovely.
Wait.
They got...
You're gonna regret that decision.
I wiped them out in like a second. Right, there we go. Let's do it. No! Yeah.
You did just spawn it. 3 people, didn't you? Did a... Well, what is it? Like a cyclone kick or
Cyclone
something?
kick,
The running
yeah.
one? Yeah. That's what I always use when I did my 70-man battle speedrun. I was just holding sprint, and then when I got near someone, press A, and then you do that.
Yeah, it's...
And you can like knock 2 or 3 people out. God, you're making me dizzy, Matt. I've been playing Gran Turismo 7 in VR and like doing like wheel spins and stuff like that. And
What about-
just watching you do that forklift thing was making me more dizzy than GT7
We need to do
did.
Shenmue forklift in VR. Pitch it.
We do need Shenmue in VR. What would you like to see in Shenmue VR? Just forklifting or the whole game would be
I'd
pretty
love
cool,
to be
wouldn't
able
it?
to like actually reach out and pick shit up. That'd be awesome.
Like you know how you can zoom in and look around.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you hold the right trigger and you look around and zoom in and lock on stuff. That would be pretty cool. Just pick up a photograph and hold it here. Turn it over and it says in Biley Village.
That'd be mental.
Mate, I was playing Horizon VR game last night. First time I've had the VR since it came out on like a week ago last Wednesday, but it's the first time I've actually went around to play the Horizon game, and honestly, I don't know what they did with the graphics. It's so much better than any other VR game I've played. It's just incredible.
Leaf catching.
Absolutely incredible.
VR, that'd be good fun.
That would work really well, actually.
That'd be really cool, actually. Leaf catching in VR.
Forklifting would work instantly. The motorbike bit would work. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Duck racing in
Duck
VR.
racing in VR. You are the duck. Wonder if you could have like VR fighting, Matt.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Standing there and do a real life tornado kick.
I could try to do one.
Considering,
I might tear my hamstring, but you know.
yeah. Considering we're in March now, what if no Shenmue 4 announcement this year? Where do we go from there? Any plans?
It'd be
So
worth.
if we get to all the way to the end of the year and nothing's been spoken, where are
Well,
we at?
it's weird. We've been in a weird place, I guess. We're working on at the moment. Well, Lemon is for us. We're not. We just have these ideas, and Lemon somehow makes them happen. But some of you may remember the old Team New Auto tweet from back in the day.
Okay, I know where you're going.
And so what we're looking to do is incorporate that into our website. So James Hamill, who ran Team New, has been very kind and helped us out with getting the basics together of that, and Lemon's putting that together for us at the moment. The idea being that we'd tag in like Sega, all the people that we need to be tagging, and you can sign up to it, and we set a tweet out at a set time, so everybody who signed up to it, it'll all go at the same time, and then with the aim of getting it trending. So say like
the old thunderclap thing, wasn't it? That's what it was called. Yeah.
So like 200 of you sign up to it. If that all goes at the same time, that could in theory start a hashtag trending.
Which is basically what you kind of want, isn't it? To be like, oh, you know, if something's trending, then there's a reason behind it. So that'd be nice, because obviously we do these every 4th of the month, but perhaps we don't eventually lead to a hashtag. But under this scenario, and it did work the first time around, you remember that was happening before Shenmue 3 was done, and then they actually changed the hashtag of the thunderclap to save Shenmue HD.
Yeah.
And then that kind of worked, didn't it? You know, it was weird how these thunderclaps worked, and I'm not saying that necessarily it was the thunderclaps that itself that led to these things, but it certainly contributed, yeah. Because it just brings a lot more awareness. If you're seeing a hashtag on Twitter that says, you know, let's get Shenmue 4, it's like, oh, you know, what's that about? Click on it. And then there's all these people campaigning. What is it? What am I trying to say?
Campaigning, yeah.
Campaigning for, you know, this fairly unknown video game series to a lot of the, you know, the modern day gamer. They may end up, you know, delving deeper into the series because of it as well.
So that's in the pipeline. It's being worked on at the moment. Obviously, it's not ready yet, but it will be soon.
Yeah, it's just a way into it of getting people into that.
But I will also add
sign up to it or whatever, and then you get your...
Yeah. And I'll add into it as well that obviously signing up to it's one thing, and it's great that everybody will do that. But that means also keep tweeting across the day as well, because it all adds up. Because if there's a big auto tweet that goes out and people are tweeting across the day, it then all plays into the Twitter algorithms. So...
Why don't they just do another Kickstarter, Matt? That's it.
I think it's the media would eat it alive.
I think after the way the first one ended up going, like it started out as this miracle thing, didn't it? That was amazing and everyone was buying into it and stuff. But then once the media got a hold of it and like tried to get this sort of shock element to it, that's kind of where it ended going a bit downhill, didn't it? In terms of like, oh, Yu Suzuki wants more money. Sony's involved. Why can't Sony just fund it? It's a scam. You know, the media went for these shock headlines, and it kind of tainted the Kickstarter. So if they were to do another Kickstarter, it'd be like Shenmue 3 must have failed. Yu Suzuki's asking for more money.
Okay,
you know, it just wouldn't go down well.
No.
Like we'd happily back it again, obviously.
Thanks.
But it wouldn't hit the same sort of annoyance, I don't think.
Hey, Orpheus.
Orpheus RGB. Hi guys, thanks for covering all things Shenmue. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. We do it for people like you. Bit of a blessing.
Thank you very much.
Right, we've come to the end of the day of the forklift, so we'll start drawing some shit. Once this
I just noticed Ryo's paycheck as he put it in his pocket there. It kind of looked like Ine-san's thing, but it's the 3 kanji. Might have to ask Switch if like the 3 kanji is different. Because they could have used like a separate texture, or they could have used the Ine-san texture again for the paycheck.
So you know about the Mad Angels?
Speaking of taking a leak.
But yeah, Matt, whenever you're ready, buddy.
Cool. We'll get through this cutscene, then we'll go for it. Do a couple of draws, and then call it a night.
Sounds good.
so you know about them.
Bit of a more laid back stream for you guys tonight. We've got haven't really got any news or anything to cover, so it
Say it so loud.
says dollar bills your link, Angie.
Faces we're talking about them, man. It's taboo around here. There's a rumor
When Rio's
floats
made quota a
somewhere
little bit
about
too many
you
times.
yourself. Concrete boots for talking.
No way.
Well, bro, I'm out of here. See you around.
Yeah, later.
Did they mention in the anime about Mark's brother having concrete boots?
I can't remember, you know.
Can anyone remember? In the chat, did they mention Mark's brother?
Oh, I do this cutscene now because I completely forgot about this. Are there any famous Shenmue fans? Don't know, actually.
Depends, I suppose, what you consider famous. Because obviously we know you people like your Cedric Biscay and
Michael Huber and
Michael Huber. Yeah, I
You
suppose.
never know when to give up, do you?
What do you
Josh
want?
Fairhurst, would he be considered
I'm here
famous
to
or not? I
teach
don't
wow,
know.
he is within.
Like that'll be real helpful.
Hey, Steen
You
Cood,
can't
man,
even handle the
welcome.
Mad Angels, much less.
But if you're talking like
D.
proper famous, I don't know.
Look, I don't
I
need
don't
your
know.
help.
Hey,
Yu Suzuki,
fine
yeah.
by me, but it's wise to accept the goodwill of others.
Me and
So,
Matt.
what'll it be? You are mine or not?
John Lillerman, yeah. He's
Yeah,
well
yeah.
known.
You're so eager to teach me.
To be fair, a lot of these people that work in the gaming
You could be more
industry like that, sometimes you'll read an interview or
I'll show you the
something,
form.
and the game that got them
Watch.
into the games industry is
One step
Shenmue,
back,
which is like really
shake
cool
your
to see.
leg. While backing up,
I've read that quite a few times, to be honest.
this is called a swallow dive.
Like CD Projekt
you
Red
try
are
it.
massive fans of Shenmue, who made The Witcher and Cyberpunk.
Yeah. And you've got to think there must be quite a lot of people out there,
That's fine.
perhaps not Shenmue as
see you
such,
learned
but
the
Yu
basic
Suzuki's
I've got it now.
previous games, your
Here
Outruns,
to
your
master the
Hang-Ons.
move.
Could be games like that that actually got
You
people
should
into the
practice
gaming
more.
industry, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I suppose Imran Yusuf.
No.
We actually did a stream with him, didn't we, Matt? He was in that stream
I
with
won't
us?
push you any harder.
No, I don't think
No.
so.
You've only learned the
Okay.
basic movement. You'll need to practice to master it.
Swallow Dive in Shenmue 3. I don't recall seeing it, but that's not to say I'm right. I will say that.
I don't think it was, unless it was like a bought book. Because I know that Tornado Kick was a bought
Why
book,
teach
wasn't
me
it?
that
Right?
No, Tornado Kick was already there.
You're intent on.
It was one
What
of
am
the
I thinking of then? That was like a move that you should know. You should have known that was like a bought move.
even knowing
I
that
can't think of the one you're
you
thinking of.
may die.
Because you
No
have
matter what.
Elbow Assault is
So I
there.
Mhm.
Counter Elbow Assault. Tornado Kick are definitely there at the start.
Okay. There was definitely a move I remember buying,
where
and I
you
was
are.
like, oh my god, why am I buying this? You should already know this move. There was like a move that had the name of an old move. I'm sure it did.
That's why.
You start with Tornado Kick in
Yeah.
3, okay. Don't know what I'm thinking about then.
Right, let's save this up. We're doing quite well actually in terms of my thinking for streams for the year, because if I can finish this next stream, that's 4 streams
Yep.
down.
In April.
Yeah. So let's get Steam open.
Double blow. Was it Abdullah? Were you just saying that?
Maybe data corrupted. That's quite funny. I quite like that.
I'm sure there was a move.
Right,
It could be double blow without Abdullah saying that.
let's get Marvel.
If that's what he means.
Right, so we're going to do probably 2 or 3 draws, probably 2, because it's getting late and I'm struggling.
Okay, man.
So, let me just open
So-
up marbles properly.
let's just do a postcard for the first race, and then a postcard and a Shenmue 3 sleeve second race.
Right, so let me just get people together for being in here. So let's do a bit of
Ooh, what's this map? Earn additional revenue from marbles. What's that?
I have no idea. I can look at it later. Let's have a look. Retro is in. I've seen Sean, Son. Lawrence is in. Peter Wilson's in.
Peter K. Wilson's here.
Rennes is in.
Johnny Fraser I've seen. I've actually remembered his surname this week.
Yanni's in. Faris is in. Rhino's in. Waffle's there. Tensai's in. I don't know if Joe's in. Still. Don't worry.
Swan team.
We'll get duck race music. Waffle's there.
Flying Waffles here. Cool.
Johnny's name's not on that.
Renners, have you got Renners?
I did have, I'm sure, yeah. Oh, don't worry, we'll get duck race music. Don't you worry about that. Just going to quickly check the Twitch chat because it's bloody busy actually in Twitch. Add some people in. So if you're in chat now, then you get entered in. It's quite busy.
Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Mr. Starwalker, who's been very active tonight. Peter Wilson.
So I've got 3 different postcards, guys. I've got an Ine-san, a Mark, or a Wong. I think it's Wong. I can probably show them. Yes, we've got a Wong. These come with the little silver original wrappers. Oh, that's a bit low, sorry. Trying to look at the stream at the same time. There you go, so there's a Wong. That's good. We've got someone that doesn't mind who they get, so I think I'll be sending you an Ine-san if you win.
Twitch is absolutely mental today.
I've got quite a few Ine-sans. There's a Mark. Oh, too high now. Should work. There you go. Wong me up. Okay, Waffle. We'll save that one for you if you win. Johnny doesn't care. And the last one we've got is an Ine-san.
Alright, there we go.
Here you go, you see him.
Right, guys.
Really cool. Obviously, they're official, guys. They've got the Shenmue with the anime logo on. Not for resale, which is why we're giving them away.
Lawrence is there.
I'll save you an Ine-san, Lawrence.
Okay.
Prenners, you can have an Ine-san.
I got Master Mo. No, let's type that in.
Master Mo can have an Ine-san.
Everybody gets an Ine-san.
It's like Oprah, innit?
Right. Guys on YouTube, can you just chuck a comment in the chat for me? I just need to make sure I've got you. I think I have, but I just need to make sure. I've just put Lawrence in. I see him. I've seen Rennes. I've just put Master Mo in. JP Asher, I haven't got you.
You got Rhino.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I think we're good to go. Kind of an autograph. Who do you want autographing? You don't want mine, honestly.
You don't want mine either. Oh, thank you, Daily Game Videos for the sub. Much appreciated.
Mate. We are that kind of like on the 4th is like when people subs like run out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like even mine. So I do appreciate you guys like resubbing.
Both.
Sean, have you got Sean? Yeah. Sean Hastings.
I'm sure I did, but I will just double check.
James and Matt
Yes, I do.
You don't want autographs. Honestly, you don't
Retro's
want my autograph.
in. Yeah, Retro's there. Right, I think I've got everybody.
I'm the type of person when I sign something,
38.
it doesn't look the same. I would hate to like ever have to do, you know, when I sent those things off to like Eric Calso and Corey, and they had to sign like 800.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
I think I'll just double check the numbers of races that I've got. 38 finish. Get rid of that, and we'll hit race button.
It's nice, Johnny. Thank you. James and Matt Shenmue Dojo t-shirts would be big. I've got the that Shenmue Dojo polo shirt you've seen me wear, guys. If you saw me the other day, I was in that.
Right, first race is underway. It's called Eye of the Storm. Doesn't look like it's a very big one, but we'll see. Everyone's going to go into this plug.
Is that a tornado though? I've just seen.
Bit like it, isn't it?
So they go into there.
They go into there and then go end up coming down here. So let's see who ends up first. So Escatan is first with Lawrence in second, PK Wilson in third. Oh, Tensei was just about to take the lead, then hit the wall. So into
He
the
also
third.
spelled his name slightly wrong as well.
Peter Wilson is in the lead by a reasonable distance at the moment. It's hit the wall. It's getting tight again.
I wish you could like turn them into ducks.
That'd be great, wouldn't it? Mod it now. So at the moment it's very, very tight here for first place.
I'm sure there's something going to happen though, Mark. Look, there's like a tornado in the distance. That's what I was on about.
Oh, bloody hell, they're going to go through the tornado, through the eye of the storm, literally. So Kyla is in first with Peter Wilson in second. And bear in mind, if you don't claim the prize on stream, it will go to the second place. So Abdullah is dead. Pete Wilson's dead.
Rip.
Daily Gaming Videos is dead. But a
Everyone's
few
dead.
have landed. Dan Man's landed.
If we did forget, by the way, Goob de Goob will add you in the second race.
Goob just died.
No, so he wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yanni X is in second place with Ella in first. If you don't claim the prize, though, it will go to second place, etc. So make sure to give yourself a bit of time. Angel's sneaking up here. It's bloody hell. I see loads of people dying in front of me. So Ella has won with Angel in second.
Yep. Ella and Angel.
So Ella, if you're in chat still, can you drop us a message, say you're here, and then can you drop us a message over on Twitter or whatever. And if you don't do it in the next couple of minutes, then it will go to Angel.
Who is here?
Who
That's
is
fair
here?
enough. Angel Riggins, yeah. So we will hang on a little bit. In fact, you can do the second race if you want, Matt, and just
Yeah?
by the time we get to the end of the second race, it's yours, Angel, if
Yeah. Alright,
Ella
that's
doesn't
fair.
reply, kind of thing, yeah?
We'll do that.
Too much bloodshed in that race.
There was a lot, wasn't there? Everyone got
There
bundled and
was,
killed.
everyone died, didn't they?
Right.
Can you see like a long race? See how they like average time? Let's go for like a longish one.
Let's go for slippery slopes. It's nearly 4 minutes.
Okay. Because what, guys?
Right, so this is the last race.
Where was Ella, by the way? Was that YouTube or Twitch? Can you
That's
remember?
Twitch.
Twitch. Okay.
So, coming through
have
the
you got
lucky hit
preference?
board. Runners is in second. Streamfire is in first. It's very, very tight at the moment coming through the first section. With a small group having already sort of taken through, and then the chasing pack are very close behind here. Oh, there's rocks flying at people. So at the moment, Abdullah is in first with Joe Kitchen in second. Kyla in third, who hasn't replied for their prize yet. Runners has just taken the lead though. And actually,
This is going to go on for a while, though, isn't it? This one.
look at this one, it's huge. So Reynolds is flying into the lead here at the moment.
Huge. Straight down the hole. That's what she said.
Wait. So we're running through here, the sort of the slidey section here. I don't know what's going on in this bit here. Where's everyone stopped? What's going on? Bloody hell's going on? Ah, they've hit the wall and then going the other way. Right, okay. I wonder what's going on. So there's also.
So I would say for the winner, man, we would probably give it to Angel, right? Because
Yeah, because no, that's not been claimed. So Angel, you've won the prize from the previous draw. Congratulations.
So if you've got a preference of card, mate, like I say, I've got Wong, I've got an Ini-san, or a Mark.
So at the moment,
Wong, Ini-san, or Mark.
Sonosuke is leading in what I can only describe as a really random section here. Reynolds is in second. This section here is like going to give me heart palpitations because some aren't going to make it. Some are going to die. But Sonosuke, I think, still leading. It's all over the place at the moment a little bit. It's all over the place. So Sonosuke is now taken the lead properly, although almost died.
Can you see Johnny Fraser? Where's he? Is he?
I don't know. Yanni's just died.
You're probably somewhere at the back there, Johnny.
Sonosuke is flying through this dodgy little section here. What's this bit? Oh, it goes up here. Alright. So you get boosted up the hill. Reynolds is in second.
Hang on, did I just see a marble in front?
Yeah, a random marble going. I don't know what that is. We'll ignore
Or
it.
is it an ice ball?
Might be an ice ball in fairness. So Sonosuke is in first. Reynolds is in second, but catching up very quickly. It's going to be tight to the finish. It's tight to the finish. Oh, Sonosuke's lost it. So
Did you not met?
He missed the ending. So Reynolds has taken it.
Good job, Rennes. Who didn't mind having an Ini-san, right? From my memory served me well. Can we finally get rid of one of these Ini-san cards, yeah?
And here come the final few flying in at the end. A few more people are dying as well.
And if you're still there, Angel, on the first game, let us know.
Race, yeah, give us a shout because you are now the winner of the first prize. With a few more flying in at the end.
Can we have VAR? Don't mind.
Did you die? No, Abdullah, you came fourth. Dan, the man with the damn plan, is coming through to finish. Flying Waffle, Retro Godfather's coming in. Strictly Sega Europe.
Angel's still there, cool.
And Ella has been caught at the top somewhere, and I think is just finishing the race right now. There we are. Reynolds has won. Angel, you've won. If you can drop us a message over on Twitter with your shipping details, we'll make sure we get that out.
And let me know, Angel, if you'd rather a Wong, a Mark, or an Ini-san postcard.
So there we go. Right then, guys, let's close the Marbles group down. And Renners, if you drop us a line over on Twitter as well.
And you also get one of them, Renners, by the way. I did say that, actually.
Yes.
So that's a Shenmue 3 game, UK store, promo slip.
Superb. So, guys, right, to finish the evening off, you know where I'm going. You know what I'm going to do. Everybody should know by now. If you don't, where have you been for the last 3 years? Probably longer, actually, if you're watching Peter's streams as well, you know. Drop that in there. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's been a quality, nice, chilled-out stream. Just what we needed for a Saturday evening. Thank you, everybody who's been tuning in, catching the content on YouTube, Twitter, all the rest of it. Guys, hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4, hashtag Shenmue Anime 2. We keep going 4th of every month until we get what we want, which is Shenmue 4, Shenmue Anime Season 2. Let's see where we end up as the year goes on, guys. But for now, take care. Have a good one. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And here comes Wish, guys. All the best and see you on April the 4th. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Cheers, guys.
つながるほど潮の香り運ぶよ愛しさが優しい嘘つかせる前に寂しさを今抱いてほしいのに I wish you were always be here with me 幾つの夜を越えても込み上げる切なさは行くあてもないままで Don't leave me alone till morning still we see この胸は揺れてるけどまだ帰りたくない星が消えるまでもう少し巡る季節の中で流されそう